Well, you know what they say, folks. Love is in the air. It's also in the water.
Dan?
Bring on the Mando.
Being a Mandalorian is not just learning about how to fight. You also have to know how to navigate the galaxy.
Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. I'm your host, Dustin. Thanks for being with us tonight. We are pumped and excited to talk to you about the Mandalorian and also Bad Batch.
What?
That's an also, but not less than I'd say this week.
Yeah.
But with me as always, I have the one, the only Keen.
Keen. That's
We're
Nitsid.
saying
I'm
names
Nitsa.
backwards.
Yeah, that's Tam.
To
Your name
Tam.
is Tam.
To Tam.
If you didn't know, that's our names
Tam.
backwards.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
What's your actual name?
What's up, guys?
Nick.
You were going to say something
I can't
else for me.
remember.
Legally, I can't tell you my real name.
But you can give your social security number.
Yes. It's 1, 2, 3,
No. Don't.
4, 5, 6.
All right, and next
4,
to
5,
him is
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
Matt.
What's up?
Tam. To
What's
Tam.
up, y'all?
What's up, y'all?
What's up, y'all?
All right, and next is the one, the only. He flies the ship. He keeps everything
Helmet.
going. It is Dan.
The Mandalorian.
Dandalorian.
Dandalorian.
He's a Dandalorian.
This is the way.
Dandy. This is a dandy time. I'm
This is a
excited to be
dandy
here.
time.
I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah. He's gonna switch the camera now.
That was
I'm gonna
good.
yeah, I'm excited to be here. Mando, Bad Batch. Wow, what a night.
Yeah, definitely.
What a
Last
night.
but not least, we have the fact checker. Say hello, Amiga. I mean, the fact checker.
Hello. Fact checker.
Hello.
Always got to get with that. All right. Thanks for being here with us, everybody. We're going to get straight into things, but first we have an icebreaker, as always.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
Oh, the icebreaker for tonight. Let me
He's
pull
just
up my
gotta
handy
figure
dandy
one out
notes.
real
Figure
quick.
out how to
All
work
right.
my
No,
phone.
this is going to create conversation. And
gonna
let us
create
know in the comments
conflict.
what you think. We want to hear. If you're out there, say something.
Say something.
Anyone
Please.
can hear us.
If anybody can hear us, let us know. We want to hear from you tonight. We want to know you're there. We want to look in your beautiful face and say, "This is the way."
This is
I
That sounded kind of creepy.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't think we can do
Let's
that.
not do that.
Dustin.
Dustin, you're walking a
I just
Yeah,
walk,
banned.
I just
You're
walk
walking
up
a
to my
fine
wife and
line.
I'm like, "This is the way."
This is the way.
I think he's banned on YouTube now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're banned. All right, no, the icebreaker is which do you think is more likely?
Mm-hmm.
The
Yes.
Favreau-Filoni verse will tie into the sequel trilogy, or will it retcon it?
What's
Boom. All right, because
question?
He has a question.
yeah, okay, go ahead
Question.
with your question. I knew there was going to be questions. yeah.
What's retcon?
That means they're gonna undo what they already did
Yeah.
Well, that's
and make it better.
Yep. They will change what's already been before, basically.
And I'll start. I'm
Do it.
I'm thinking they're gonna retcon it.
Yeah.
You know why?
Why?
My basis for this is Rebels, the world between worlds.
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna go through that and undo everything that was done in the sequel trilogy. Or at least I hope they do.
One could
Yeah.
hope.
I know.
Yeah.
See, that's
One can hope.
That's why I said, what do you think is more likely versus what we want to see? 'Cause
Oh,
I
okay.
feel like most of us here would
So-
say we want to see it.
Yeah, more
that
likely.
happen, but more
they'll
likely.
probably.
Because I really feel like it's on the fence. It's on the fence right now. There has not been
If they
a
know what's good for them.
a
If
clear
they know what's
indication.
good for bad.
you don't know what's good for bad.
Good luck. Have fun on your. Good luck on your date. I will. It doesn't make any sense. I know.
Name that reference.
I
Name
know
that.
it.
You will get a Wookiee
reference.
cookie.
Squooky cookie.
Squookie cookie?
Squidky.
Squid?
Don't worry about a squid. Oh, squid Wookie.
What?
A squid Wookie. A squookie.
Squookie!
Squookie. Squookie. That's our new.
That's our new one.
Yeah.
If you do
It's
really
a.
good.
It's a Legends. Star Wars Legends.
We're still
patching
yeah,
that.
we're working on things.
We're
Okay,
patching
we're spitballing.
It's literally just what's his face from Pirates of the Caribbean,
Squooky?
Davy Jones.
That's what we call him. Come here, Squooky.
But that's
Squooky.
all. He's
That's
just
what-
covered
no.
in tendrils.
No, that's what his wife calls him.
Squooky, come here, Squooky. Come on, Squooky.
Squooky.
Dinner time.
All right,
Perfect. Beautiful.
Matt.
What?
Matt, what do you think? Do you think they're gonna go the way of the Mandalore,
This is the
or
way.
they're gonna go the sequel way?
Well, I hope they don't go the sequel way.
Yeah, nobody hopes to go the
What
sequel
What do you
way.
think, though?
I don't know. I don't have no basis to go off of here, and
Have you seen the sequel trilogy?
that I know it sucks. Yeah,
Yeah, so what do you want them to do about it?
not do that.
Yeah, retcon it.
Yeah, no, I get that, but what's more likely? I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, assuming like the people in power, like Dave Filoni, or they
Yeah.
actually take over and everything.
John Favreau
like,
and
yeah,
Dave
they
Filoni start running the
would
show.
be that I could see it going that way.
Yeah,
if they
retconning.
don't make changes, not necessarily.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
It's up in the air.
It really is, and that's why I thought this
It's
question.
50-50.
That's why I really thought this question was interesting, and I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to hear people in the comments too, and people out there what they think is going to happen.
What
Also,
do
what would
you
you
think?
like to see happen?
I would like to see them retcon it
Yeah,
and destroy, and
and
the
I
sequel trilogy.
destroy it.
It was nothing but a bad dream.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That would have been like the best ending to the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Luke wakes up and
Luke
he's like,
wakes up. He's
It's
like,
all a
wow.
dream.
He's like, wow. I
"That was a
really,
terrible dream.
I really got to watch out for Ben.
Yeah, that guy- he's like over there. He's like,
Why did you say that name?
Martha.
Dave.
Yeah, no.
Marva.
The reason I say it is there's been a lot of chatter online about.
Yeah.
So there's been some rumors going around. Again, these are just rumors. I've heard it from multiple places. I heard it from WDW Pro. I heard Star Wars Theory and them talk about it a little bit too. But a couple theories came out that they're gonna use the World Between Worlds, like you said,
Yes.
in Ahsoka
Yes.
to retcon the sequel trilogy and go a totally different timeline.
It's beautiful.
And then that's part of the reason why I think they might do the Thrawn trilogy that way, because
Right.
I don't really love the idea of time travel and changing things, but in this situation, yes.
Please.
The other thing is there's another rumor that came out. I don't know if it was WDW Pro or if it was
Somebody else.
Doomcock. He that's his, yeah.
That's his.
name.
That's his name.
Nice
On
name.
YouTube. But he also said, I think it was him, I'm not sure. It was
Yeah.
one of the two of them. That Filoni or Favreau removed Kylo Ren's helmet from the opening on The Mandalorian.
Oh, really?
Episode 1.
Because
It's again,
it
it's a
sucks.
rumor. It's a rumor, so it might not be true at all.
Well, yeah, because there isn't.
But he didn't
There's
tell.
no sequel
no,
stuff
there was
in
no
the-
sequel tie-in
helmet thing.
helmets at all. And that's
Filoni, I see you.
and that's it. Yeah, Filoni or Favreau, not
Please.
sure.
Please and thank you.
So that's why I think it's a possibility.
Yeah.
If they listen to the fans and also how well the sequel trilogy was received,
Mm-hmm.
it's super smart to go away from that. Like,
Yeah.
why would you?
Let's get the bad taste out of our mouth.
Right.
Would
I
they
mean,
take like the sequel trilogy completely off anything?
They would make it Legends instead of canon.
right. I think it's,
They would decanonize it.
so it would still exist in the Star Wars universe, but it's a separate timeline.
Yeah.
They go knocking
So
on every
it's-
person's door that owns a Blu-ray of it.
Yeah, right. Do you want it to be canon or legend?
That's what George Lucas kind of wanted to do for the original trilogy, because
Yeah.
he believed in the special editions more. He even sent the Smithsonian, who wanted to put his original movie into a time capsule
Mm-hmm.
or into a vault. They asked him to send the original for the Star Wars
And
A New
he
Hope,
didn't do
and
it.
he sent the special edition, and they got it, and they were like, dude, we wanted the original,
Right.
And he's like,
Yeah.
sorry, that's what you get.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bold.
Do they not have the original anymore?
I mean, somebody's got it.
Did
Disney
somebody-
might have acquired it whenever they
Did a
bought it.
warehouse burn down and destroy the original?
Right.
And everyone inside.
Oh no!
Whoa, that got dark.
Wow, Matt,
Where
you like
was it?
torture and you like death, don't you?
Here we go again.
Look at that
That
face.
is
That is the
intense.
face of a serial killer.
Oh,
He
Hide
likes
your
Lucky
wife.
Charms,
hide your
Uh,
kids.
Cocoa Puffs.
Dislike Lucky Charms.
serial
Thank you,
killer.
Daddy, much.
Actually-
But
Follow up icebreaker. What's your favorite kind of cereal?
that's a good
Cinnamon
question.
toast.
It's a hard. I think
that
I
was
heard
the
his neck
scene-
crack. He went.
That was the scene from. Oh, I always forget everything when I'm on air.
Yep, you do.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Never mind. Just forget
Anyway.
about it.
Either Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Captain Crunch. I don't know.
But he doesn't like
Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That's what I was thinking.
doesn't
of.
like Lucky Charms.
It's too late.
Yeah, it's way too late.
I'm not a fan of Lucky Charms anymore.
Really,
Marshmallows get stuck in your teeth. I'm not about it.
dude. You know what's really good, and they don't make. Well, they make intermittently is the Oreo O's, the double stuffed ones with the marshmallows in them,
Yeah.
Not about
or
it.
the original
Again,
ones. You know,
Marshmallows.
I don't
get
know
stuck
why
in
you
your
guys
teeth.
ever took the marshmallows out. I'm still waiting.
Still getting stuck in my teeth.
Welcome to Stay on Target, where we talk about everything but. This is called Cereal Talk.
It's my childhood.
It
You
is
Took
had
out
no
my childhood. They keep bringing it back. It's like special menu items at restaurants. You know,
You go to
Like-
IHOP and you get
Oh.
Your whole childhood is wrapped
my
around
whole childhood is in a box
marshmallows.
this big, this wide, and this length,
Length,
width,
about a foot
Width.
long.
width,
this width,
About a foot
and
long.
it's got
depth.
chocolate Cheerio like shapes
a little thicker, a little
with
thicker.
little hockey puck marshmallows.
That also get stuck in your
Yeah.
teeth.
Who cares about your teeth?
I do.
I do.
How do marshmallows get stuck in your teeth? They
So
dissolve.
many. Every single tooth is covered in marshmallow right now.
There's-
Why are you eating so much marshmallow fluff over there, Matt?
It's from 10 years ago. I can't get out.
It's from 10 years.
Oh my
He's putting it in
goodness.
his hair. I was like, what? This is what I do. This is a normal Wednesday night for me. I love marshmallow, but I hate it at the same
That's
time.
my gel.
Oh.
Okay, no. You're all wrong.
I don't
The
know
best
where we got-
cereal. I don't know what
I
you're
don't know.
I didn't know we could
We're
be
talking
wrong
about
in this
childhoods.
sense. I thought this was an opinion.
Yeah. It is, but you're still wrong.
You're still wrong.
You can have whatever opinion you want, but
All
you're
right.
still wrong.
Dan, what's your... Okay, Dan, bring us back to reality
Dan,
here.
what's your favorite cereal?
No. Before that, do you think it's more likely
Oh, I was gonna-
that they're going to go the route to link in the sequel trilogy, or are they going to go completely away from it and retcon it? What do you think, Dan? I want to get your thoughts.
I think they're going to find a happy medium like they did in episode 17 of the Bad Batch or of Mandalorian. They're going to
Okay.
combine the two delicately.
Delicately
But they
like
will
a
slowly move
dandelion.
farther and farther away from the sequel trilogy until the Mandalorian is the sequel trilogy.
All right, now we're going to talk about what is your most repressed childhood trauma.
Man,
Yeah.
My
From
fa-
cereal.
My favorite cereal growing up was
choose wisely, because Dustin will tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
oh shoot, what was
Nick
what was the
the one who
No,
said you
it
were
was
wrong.
you.
Oh, did
It was
I?
definitely you.
what was
How do you
the
forget so quickly?
do you remember the little bitty ball like bran flake things that they used to make?
Kicks?
No.
No. Bran flakes?
They were like
You like
bran flakes,
bran?
but they look like BBs.
Do you have a dietary issue?
Oh.
I thought they were kicks.
No, this is like
These ones you like poured
non-flavored.
like a bunch of sugar on?
Yeah,
Are
this
they
is
grape nuts?
yes,
nuts.
grape nuts.
Yeah.
Grape nuts.
My-
Dude, those
What?
things will destroy your teeth.
Oh, I know. That's my That's my childhood right there.
Right?
Though was grape nuts.
I used to eat those when I was a kid
I
too.
didn't
bomb
have-
digger.
But yeah, you had to put tons of sugar on it, otherwise it's
yeah.
like eating cardboard.
Yeah.
that's what made it good.
That's
That was
your
another
favorite?
repressed
Nuts.
childhood
That's
memory.
really your favorite?
That was one of my favorites growing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
You're wrong.
Dustin's judging
No,
us.
you're wrong.
Wrong
He's
again.
judging again.
Wow, that's
Oh,
okay. I can
will
live with
add,
it.
The Captain Crunch have to have berries in it. It can't just be whatever.
The peanut
See,
butter?
I like the
What? No.
I like the oops just berries. I like
yeah,
those.
oops, just berries.
Nah,
Yeah,
dude, it's
good.
gotta have the little. You gotta have the mixture.
No, gotta have the
you
mixture.
gotta give me some of that.
gotta get the mixture. Ooh.
Anyway, Dustin.
Okay,
Since
no,
we've
you're
been
all
waiting.
wrong. The best cereal,
Okay.
in my opinion,
Peanut butter crunch.
actually right now, I would say it's more come about now, is the s'mores cereal.
S'mores.
Yeah, we knew that.
Good
Okay.
stuff.
It's amazing.
It's
It
not
is.
my favorite, but it's good.
It's basically.
Well, you're wrong.
I
well,
mean,
you just said your favorite, and
Nope.
and it wasn't s'mores.
Hey,
so
you guys didn't say I was wrong, so
you're wrong.
I think
Dang
I think Dustin did.
I
No,
just snorted
seriously,
a
if
little
you haven't
bit.
had the s'more cereal, it is delicious.
It
is
is.
a dessert.
It's
I'm
so
not
good.
saying it's like a breakfast.
Cereal,
it's a dessert.
You know what else is really good? Those
we go.
golden grams,
It's basically
but like
Nah.
but the bars. like
Oh, you mean like so not
Rice
cereal.
Krispie treats
So you mean like it's like
with the marshmallow
I'm
and
just
the golden grams.
It's Rice Krispie treats with golden grams.
Yeah,
Oh,
you ever have those?
It's not
No.
as good
You've
as a
had
Rice
those.
Krispie
Have I?
treat, but
You've had them.
Are you talking about like the cereal bar?
It's literally
No.
a
Like
Rice
you
Krispie
actual
treat.
cereal.
Like you take
But
the
replace the
cereal
Rice
and you
Krispies.
mix it with marshmallow.
Oh yeah, my wife makes them all the time.
Yeah,
Really good.
I was gonna say. I
Oh,
was like,
sorry.
you've had
The
them
OG
before.
Rice Krispies.
Yeah,
better,
yeah.
but-
Okay, I was so confused. Okay, thank you for explaining. That
We're
is
figuring it out as we go along.
Yeah, we
here.
are.
That is absolutely delicious.
Anyway.
What's the show about? I don't really remember.
Cereal, obviously.
Cereal show. It's serialized.
It's cereal corn.
Cereal
Do we?
corn.
All right, let's save us comments.
We got a comment.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, read off that
fact
comment.
checker.
All right,
Omega.
You've had a few comments. Carla Hawkins has said hi, and she's
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
From down under.
yeah, she's looking forward to hearing your thoughts on about Star Wars and the Mandalorian.
And our cereal thoughts.
But then she answered the question of the icebreaker and said she thinks they will tie it in.
You think they're
What
gonna
about-
tie it in?
what about cereal?
So
Yeah, what's your favorite cereal?
That's the important one here.
yes, if you please let us know what's your favorite kind of cereal. We do
Yeah.
want to hear that, or
We
if you
love
like
cereal.
cereal at all. Some people don't like cereal.
You know what is an unpopular opinion?
Don't say what you're gonna say. Nick.
Do
I'm
not say
pretty
it.
sure you were gonna offend a lot of people.
Yeah.
What, Matt?
What's the unpopular opinion? Come on, Matt. Come on. Time is money.
Eating a bowl of cereal, but pouring your milk in a cup with a straw
Oh no.
and drinking it as you go.
He's one of those people.
I don't do this.
You're wrong.
But
I don't do
I don't
I've
do
done
this.
it.
I'm talking about a friend of
No.
mine.
But it's really good, I hear.
When
Okay,
you-
this is what they tell
this
me.
is what
I've never
you
done
can't
this.
do this in the morning. You can only do it at night when you're eating cereal. Though.
Why is there a rule?
Rules to eating cereal now.
Yeah, you can't drink that milk in a cup.
You also can't put
Not
your
at
milk
this time of day,
first.
young man.
Milk does not go first.
Oh yeah,
This
who
is
does that?
Definitely a
Sociopaths
segmented
do that.
video here. It's the cereal,
It's called the serial
cereal
killers.
segment.
Yeah,
I
Welcome
didn't-
to the cereal
I didn't know
segment.
we'd go this depth.
I didn't
Dude,
either.
the cereal is awesome though.
You
I
opened
love
up
it.
the. You opened up.
I
a
did. I
box of
should not have
cereal.
asked
We went
that
into
question.
Ask that
we went
question.
into a dark
heavy
hole.
debate
Yeah.
about
A
cereal.
black hole. That's the name.
We went
I'm
into an
looking for.
Oreo O's pit.
Let's just- all right, we're getting back to Star Wars here.
Yeah,
If that's what you tuned in for, we do actually talk about Star Wars
sometimes.
sometimes.
Well, you're wrong.
Oh,
I'm sure
back-
they've made Star Wars cereal.
They have.
They
actually,
have, yeah, they have.
They got Grogu bites.
They do.
Do they actually?
They have.
Yeah, they
little,
got some good Mando cereals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, it's little marshmallow. I don't know what it's called.
What
I
do
think
they
it's just
taste
called
like?
the Mandalorian cereal.
But
Yeah.
it should be like the little frog eggs.
Yeah. They should taste
that
like them too.
Grogu
A little
eats.
slimy,
true.
Should be
maybe.
that.
And it tastes like Mandalore.
The blood of
Green
my
and
enemies.
irradiated.
Look, Mom, my teeth glow.
Whoa, cancer.
Wow.
That
All right.
got dark.
That did. Matt's
Surprised
favorite.
Matt didn't say that.
Didn't even
He's gonna
cross
have a
my
rule for
mind.
it.
Yeah, he's got to have a rule.
Only in the
Not-
afternoon.
It's only
on
it's only when the
Tuesdays.
show's ending.
All right, this is the part of the
Only
show at the end
after
where we
10
pull out our
o'clock.
cereal with straws.
Yep.
That's how
That's
we
what
end
he's
the show.
drinking right now. Look at that.
He's doing it. All right, no, back to Star Wars.
He's
No.
been called out.
Yeah, I can't because there's no straw in it.
You got to, yeah, get it out of frame.
All right, back to the show. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. To answer Carla, so she thinks it's going to go back. Well, she didn't really ask a question, but
She
she thinks it's going to go to the sequels. And I could see that for business reasons to try and make the sequels profitable again, maybe. You know, if they could. There was that rumor that was going around that they were going to have Grogu
Drop 'em.
and Rey come together just so that they could market Rey positively again. I could see in a business sense why they would do that, but I hope they don't. So
I don't even think that could make.
I think they're
positive.
gonna run cut.
it's not, but
I'm saying it, so it must be true.
no, it's a rumor that's going around because she
Yes.
showed up.
What now?
All right, so there's more comments. Let us know, fact checker.
All right, this is on Facebook. You got cereal comments.
Yeah, we
Yes.
Cereal
Rita
comments.
Pulley says Lucky Charms.
Lucky, yes.
Lucky
Get outta
Charms.
here.
Thank you,
Those are
Rita. Those are amazing.
What do you have against Lucky Charms?
Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate you being here with us.
Got a good following on Facebook.
All right.
And then Charlie Sarshay says
You can do it.
Reese's Puffs.
You can do it.
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's
yes.
Puffs. Reese's peanut butter
Reese's
chocolate
Especially,
flavor.
so Charlie,
Nailed it.
especially with chocolate milk. Okay,
Yeah.
that adds a whole nother layer to Reese's Puffs.
Wow.
It really does. It's
Or
good.
any
Yeah,
like
a whole
chocolate cereal. If you
chocolatey
do
layer.
chocolate milk with it, it takes it up. And
You don't
Cocoa-
have to do
Cocoa Puffs and chocolate milk.
No, dude, because that
Dude,
already
it's-
makes chocolate milk.
no, but
It's
Then you're
doubly
like,
chocolate.
Yeah, that's too
it
much.
is dessert.
No, you're too
Too
much.
Since when did cereal become dessert?
dude.
Dude, cereal's always been dessert.
Nah.
Yeah,
You have dessert for
They
breakfast. What are pancakes?
Pancakes.
That has cake in the name. It's a dessert. They're sweet, and they're made of cake.
Amazing.
It's dessert for breakfast.
Yeah,
What about
I-
what about what are they called? Crepes.
Waffles?
What
Oh,
about
crepes.
crepes?
Oh, these are great.
They're sweet
Those are
and they're for
fruit.
breakfast. It's dessert for breakfast.
I don't eat crepes.
Yeah.
You've been sconed.
Scones. There's no savory scones.
What about Danishes?
We just
Danish?
have-
Actually, what the heck? Breakfast is dirt.
Breakfast is dessert.
Unless you're eating like
We've come
eggs
to a
or
revelation
something.
here today.
Yeah,
Well-
eggs,
Eggs
bacon,
and
ham,
bacon and sausage.
Yeah.
ham,
That's
sausage.
delicious.
Or if
Breakfast
you
is
have
my favorite meal today.
That sounds like a lunch.
boring
Yeah.
cereal like cornflakes.
Well, yeah, I like cornflakes,
It's not dessert though.
but they got to be frosted flakes.
Nah.
Exactly. Right. Or
Or
Dessert!
sugar dumped all over.
have you ever
I'm
had
against
just
that, too.
bran flakes?
Yeah,
If you have bran flakes, it's got to have
Banana
gotta work
in it.
through some
It's
stuff.
got to have raisins.
Raisin bran.
You know,
Raisin
I don't mind
bran's
it.
the only
I
way to
don't-
go.
See,
I
sugar-
don't, mind
I don't
it.
like raisins in a lot of stuff,
You ever
But
put
but I
raisins
will
in
eat
Yeah.
raisin
oatmeal?
bran.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Ugh.
Is oatmeal soup or hot cereal?
These are the questions of
These
life.
are the pressing questions.
This is what you tuned in for
This is
tonight.
what keeps us up at night. Is soup hot, wait, is oatmeal hot cereal or soup? Well, depending on how the mixture is, it could be both. Wow.
Yeah.
Man,
wow.
where did that come from?
My head.
The machinations of my mind are an enigma.
Milk. If you know that reference, you're my favorite.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for all the questions.
Wow.
For letting us the comments. I keep saying
comments,
question.
yeah,
I'm
man.
sorry for all the comments. We appreciate it, and how much everybody loves cereal. Out there. All right, next week it's just going to be cereal talk.
Cereal talk.
Stay on
Cereal
cereal. All right. So let's keep moving, though.
Oh,
All right,
my
we got a
goodness.
lot to get into.
Yeah, we got a
tonight,
lot to get into tonight.
and
Oh,
we
boy.
don't have a lot of time to get through it all. So we're going
As
to
a matter
jump.
of fact, we just used up all our time. So thanks for
Yep.
watching.
See you
Thanks for
later.
watching. See you guys later.
Catch us on the after show.
After show.
Yeah. Behind the
Yeah.
paywall. Which
We're gonna
we
flip
don't have.
that table
Yeah.
or this table, one of the two.
We're flipping them all.
Yeah.
Mando.
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 That's what we
Season
want.
3, episode
Yep.
2, baby.
Yeah.
The
Good stuff.
Mines of
Mandalore.
Mandalore. I had
Moria.
to think. I really had to think hard about
Please
that.
don't say it.
I wanted to say Moria.
I said Moria.
We
You
all
did.
said
Mines of Mandamoria.
There are a lot of like Lord of the Rings things going on here.
There's a lot of. Yeah.
All right, we can't spoil anything.
Just
All right, so if
references.
you haven't seen the episode, we're not going to spoil it, so you can stick around for a little while. We're going to do non-spoilers, and then we'll go into spoilers. So let us know in the comments, non-spoilerific, what you thought of this episode.
Yeah.
Let's jump into it, guys. What did you think?
Bro. This is Star Wars.
This is Star Wars.
This is
the
what
way.
Star Wars should always attain to be.
Yeah.
Always. Like, if you want to make a Star Wars show, this is the template to follow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because it's great.
It is good.
I love it. When the episode was over, I was like, why don't they just release the whole season? Because
I don't know.
I want more.
Yeah, you
I
just
want
wanna binge
so
it.
much more.
You want to
Yeah.
binge it.
I'm like, dude, this is great. And then it just ends, and you're like, no, just keep going.
Dude, like the last like couple
Ah.
minutes of the show,
Yeah.
I got so hyped. Like,
Yeah.
That was the best part of this whole episode. I was just like,
Yeah.
I still have questions. There are a lot of questions in this, which we're gonna go into
Yeah.
in spoilers. So I honestly I like this episode, but I'm not in love with it. There are points.
Yeah.
I'm not degrading it too much, but there are some things that I'm like, okay, that could have been like fleshed out a little bit more. I have some questions about why certain things are. But
is
overall,
Gamora?
yeah, it's a really good episode.
Why is Gamora?
Why is Gamora? Hey, it kind of gave me vibes of that too in some
Vibes.
ways.
Sort of, yeah.
But yeah, so without ruining the plot or the story, can anyone give me a breakdown of what happens in this episode without
Bro, I
ruining
just
it?
did.
Like
You
It's
kinda
just
did.
good Star
a
Wars.
dozen
That
things.
described the plot perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah.
They do
So-
the thing, and it is good.
Done. Need we say more?
Things
we say
get
more?
done and things be dude.
Dan,
Things
what,
be dude.
Dan, what do you think? What do you think? Give me some hot takes.
Yeah, I would just say from a non-spoiler perspective that it definitely carried on where the first episode left off
Definitely.
and
Absolutely.
continued the main storyline of this, what they've set up in this season so far. So you will enjoy that.
Yes.
You will enjoy the places that they go.
Yes.
You will enjoy
Places
the
they
things that they do, the words that they say.
This has become Dr.
This-
Seuss.
This is the way.
Yeah, this is definitely the way. You
Yeah.
got all of the best Mandalorian right here, right now, setting up for
In your face.
an epic next chapter.
Yeah,
so it's
This I think one of the coolest things about this episode in some ways is where they go. Like, we haven't actually been here live action ever
No.
before.
Nope.
Correct.
And that is super exciting in its own. But there's, like Dan said, it's definitely continuing the story, but it's got a subplot that I think is the bigger plot
Mhm.
of this arc so far that I find even more fascinating in this episode. And that's part of the reason I like the last few minutes or like the second half of this show got me
Yep.
a lot more hyped. It became less video game like and more story driven towards the end. And I mean, there's a video game type part at the end that I still loved, and that's what got me super hyped.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I like how they're
Loved.
writing that in, and the
Yeah.
characters. It makes sense. I was laughing, and it was had some decent action. A little repetitive in some ways, I'll say. So that. But what do you think of the action, Matt? Action, Matt. Give us your action rating.
And action.
You know,
Nice.
out of what? Like a 10?
Yeah, out of
Like
10.
a 10.
Maybe a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
It was pretty good. It was not over the
There-
top, though.
Yeah.
I do think they could tighten up the action a little bit in
Yeah,
this
yeah,
this
yeah.
show. It's I think they could get a little bit more creative. I'm just
Mhm.
saying it's a
We need
little.
Mando.
It's not. I'm not criticizing too much that it's like it's not bad.
It's just
at
like
all. It's good. It's really good.
Right.
It's just I
It's just
feel
like-
like
middle of the road.
yeah. I just feel like they could step that up a
Yeah.
little bit.
They're
It's,
like, oh, let's not take
He
any
needs
risks.
to progress with something.
well,
yes,
it's
he,
just
yes, he do.
I don't feel like
You
it's
do.
up to like movie quality. I guess if you're gonna say
No.
like even like the prequels had some really good action in it.
Right.
and things made a lot of sense.
Well-
And they were able to flesh that out, I guess, over time. This is a TV show versus a movie. I get that, and they spent a lot more time. But I don't know. I
I
feel
was
like
just gonna say, compared to even the chapters in Book of Boba Fett, the action that we got there
oh
Yeah.
was was
Yeah.
off the charts compared to
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
wait, in Book of Boba?
Yeah, the Mandalorian episodes.
The
of Book of
Mandalorian.
Boba.
Oh, I'm
episodes.
sorry. I was like,
Yeah, I thought you were referencing the actual
the
show.
whole-
Yeah, no, the action of the Mandalorian episodes in the Book of
Yeah.
Boba Fett that didn't
Yeah.
have the Boba Fett in it.
that's
No.
some really
that
good.
action was solid, right? Was that better than this so far? I would say.
Yeah,
so.
I would
Yeah.
say that episode
Yeah,
for
so far.
action is definitely better. Not that there was like
Absolutely.
there wasn't a ton of action, but the beginning,
Yeah.
that beginning scene
Yeah.
alone tops.
The beginning scene,
Yeah.
the fight scene.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're right.
It was solid, but
Although they did pull out one thing that I really liked, and I'll tell you in spoilers, for a weapon combo that is my ultimate
Mhm,
favorite. And we have actually
Yes.
done in a fan film. If you haven't seen our
Kumbo.
fan films, go check them out. They're
Yep.
fun.
They're taking
and-
all your ideas.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Matt
Star
is
Wars
sad
hired
about
me.
that.
I got lots of ideas.
Yeah. Hire all of us.
Lucas,
Maybe not Matt.
Yeah, maybe not me.
Maybe not me.
That's like nah.
I can just be there.
Matt's like, yeah, this is cool.
I might not have.
Matt's
Star
gonna
Wars
be
ideas.
Han Solo who's building the set, and then he gets he gets hired as Han Solo.
Yeah, right.
Dude, that would be.
They're just
sweet.
like, you're perfect. You're like,
He's like,
I
I
know.
hate this job.
I know.
Perfect.
he's like, I love building. I hate
Talk to
acting."
everybody like that.
Wow, you're so believable.
You're so believable. It's
You're
because I
such
really
a great
hate you.
actor.
Actor.
He's so method, man. How do you
Right.
do it? And he becomes
How is he so deadpan all the time?
he becomes like a huge star.
Huge sensation.
Every movie is the same.
He's like on talk shows. He's like, so how'd you aspire to be an actor? He's like, I didn't.
I didn't do
No!
it.
Brilliant.
Oh, great stuff.
love
He's
him.
just like, oh, I hate this.
he can't
Can I
stop.
go now?
Yeah. But anyway,
Really
yeah. So great episode. Anything else, Nick? Tell me more.
Bro, I've already told you everything.
Yeah,
okay.
he
That's
said
all you wanted
words.
to say
He
about
done
it.
did that.
Enough said. Yeah, you nailed
It's
it.
enough. It's enough said. Like it's
good.
it's what Star Wars should always aspire to be.
It is what it is.
Yep.
It's the peak. The peak.
Better than the first episode of this season.
The last like 5
Mm,
minutes or like last like 10 minutes.
I
were
would agree with that
definitely-
assessment.
Yeah.
Like
Make an
last
assessment.
few minutes of it.
Okay. Because I feel like in the past we could put together a couple of the episodes and make like a movie.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Dude, you
Mhm.
could put the whole season together and make a movie.
Yeah.
It'd be a long movie.
I
yeah,
felt
yeah,
like-
it is a long movie.
Yeah.
I felt like in this there was a little bit of fluff.
Yeah.
I
Fluffy fluff.
it's not like bad fluff, but it was like that wasn't really necessary.
Right.
Or I mean it kind of was, but
Yeah, it was.
It's trying to be like world building, but it's not really like
yeah.
that world building.
there was a slight detour in this one.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
felt like it was like
Yeah.
and we saw the same scenery like a couple times.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
when it started to feel a little
What if-
That was a little
repetitive.
goofy.
And
What
we were
if
like,
he-
okay, we could have maybe done without one of these
Right.
and got to the meat of the
I,
episode.
I think there was a purpose for that.
there
Yeah,
was
they
I
built
mean-
those sets, dang it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah.
We're gonna use them. We're gonna look at every
We're
crevice.
gonna use them twice.
that's when we were watching
Yeah.
the episode, that's what you said, Dan. That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
I'm like, I'm having deja vu.
Right. The carpenter was just like, I am putting my heart and soul into this. You better use it more than once in this episode.
Although I can definitely tell it's the volume. I was able to tell a lot more in this episode. Than it
Me
was the
too.
volume. And
Me
that
too.
was actually starting to take me out a little bit.
Me too.
The volume is, if people don't know what the volume is the set. The it's like a how big is it? But it's all LED screen.
Yeah.
And that's actually the
Yeah, see,
background,
that's
but
what
they
I-
make it more seamless.
I thought you were talking about the volume of like the episode, like
no.
literal sound. I was like, what is he talking about?
Dude,
It's
Instead
not
of a
even that
sound-
loud.
Instead of a
Complainer.
sound stage, it's actually they call it the volume, which is like makes it, and they're acting in a 3D world.
What do they
with-
want
Called
to just
the
confuse
volume.
people? Why would you call it that?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you got to go in the volume. What am I doing with the
What are we doing
volume?
with the volume?
Turn it up.
What
I
do
think
you
it's supposed to
no,
be
no,
like,
no. You got to go to the volume.
What's the definition of the volume or volume? If you could check that.
yeah,
out.
fact checker?
And like what sense do they mean the volume?
The
So
volume.
anyway, but yeah, that kind of took me out of the episode a little bit.
Volume.
There's definitely still some cute moments.
Yeah.
We got
Cute.
to see a little bit more of what Grogu can do,
Yeah.
which I did appreciate that. I feel like they're actually progressing his story a little bit in this. And that's
Yeah.
what I am appreciating that.
Right.
So there's definitely some more like parts in this episode that I was like, what? It wasn't like bad, but it was just like, I don't know
What?
why you chose to do that, or I'm
Yeah.
not understanding why you're doing that right now.
Why
or
are you
acting
going
that
this
way.
direction? Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a
What?
little confusing.
I feel like we got the
Why you
a
doing
good
this?
amount of Mando levity, like
Yeah.
lightheartedness that you come to expect with Mandalorian. A little bit of action, a little bit of lightheartedness,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
like some
heaviness.
some
maybe.
heavy kind of like dark like
Yeah,
jump scare, dude.
Scary,
I
yeah.
jumped.
Yeah.
a couple scary scares.
we'll have to look up in the spoiler
Scare,
section
scare.
who directed this episode.
Yeah,
'Cause I think it was different than
It was
the first
probably
episode.
Rick Famuyiwa.
Famuyiwa, yeah.
Yeah,
Rick
that guy.
Famuyiwa.
He,
I think because he's kind of more of like a suspenseful director.
I thought it was a chick.
Who did this one? No,
Yeah.
that
was
was
a story.
no,
right
that
there.
was for Bad
Bad Batch.
We were talking about
Oh.
who wrote that one. But yeah, all right. Let's wrap up the non-spoiler section then.
yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about
I
non-spoilers?
think we covered.
No.
Anybody in the
covered
comments
like a
section
wet
have any non-spoilers comments for Mandalorian?
it. Mando.
Mando. I wish he would have.
Mando.
He fits in Star Wars.
I wonder if he's going to be in any more episodes.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be in more because they show back on
best
Navarro.
believe.
They show us back on Navarro.
Navarro.
Do you want? I wonder if he's going to die.
Oh, they better not, dude. I would
Ugh.
be mad.
That would be rough.
I kill him.
Like, yeah,
What
you
you
know,
got?
they're going to protect Navarro and
No comments. Okay, no
Well,
worries.
I mean, you do have a comment. Matt Rosenberg said hi.
Oh,
Hello!
Matt. Nice to see you again
Stop
out
stealing
there.
my name.
stop stealing my name. He's the one that made the cookies, wasn't he?
You said a Matt made some cookies
A
while
Matt.
we
He
were
did
watching
say
the
hey-
show.
A
Hey,
man named Matt.
Not
wa-
that one.
Not that one.
Were you the Matt?
Were you the man
Yeah.
named Matt?
Spoilers.
I
He's the
do
Matt.
do that.
You know what they
Who
call
makes
a
cookies?
man who has no arms and legs that's laying on the ground?
Dead.
Matt.
Wow. You got something else, fact checker?
Well, you asked about the volume.
Yeah.
So your question was tricky. But I mean, it's
Yeah, I
just called the
figured.
volume, and they don't really explain why.
Bro, like there's more meanings to the word volume. Like I know volume is
just
in
big in
sound.
scale, I think.
Is that what it means?
Poof.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think.
Air
I was just
Because
trying to like
it's the
Yeah, I
room
mean, like
full of
you got math, you got volume in math.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like a volume of something.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
oh
the
yeah.
volume of a container.
Solve for X.
Solve for X. Find y.
A squared plus B
Here's
squared
why.
equals C squared. Not involved in
Pythagorean
that, but I
theorem.
remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You could find the volume of a triangle with that.
This
I was a
is
mathematician.
You
You
were
were a
the
mathematician.
I wasn't.
No.
I wasn't.
yeah. So
Stop stealing math's name.
So the second definition for volume is the amount of space that a substance or object occupies,
Right.
or that is enclosed within a container, especially when great.
That's I think more what I was thinking they were naming the volume after.
I got the volume.
Order 66.
Oh God, the volume.
Good soldiers follow orders, am I right?
66.
Yeah.
All right,
Hopping
let's
and
move
skipping
on.
and
If you got
jump
any
to the
thoughts out there,
spoilers.
let us know in
Yeah.
the comments below. We want to hear from you. We want to know you. We want to see you.
That's too
I don't.
much.
Yeah, I
You
always
can
go one
stop.
too far.
You stop
scaring
being
them.
creepy, Dustin.
We wanna know ya.
We
We want to see you.
We want to see
In the
you
comment
just-
section.
we just
in
wanna
a
hear
dark
from you.
alley.
We just want to hear from you. Please don't send pictures.
No, please don't. No, I
Don't
wasn't
do,
asking
don't do
for
that. Don't do that.
I mean, if
Don't
you-
do that.
Well,
Nope. Dustin.
Dustin,
Stop.
just stop.
Dustin.
I mean, if you want, I mean, no, don't.
I mean, you send your,
just-
social security numbers, paychecks,
yeah, send us
Uh,
that. No.
postcards from.
You can send a
Prison.
postcard, I suppose. You don't know where we are, but maybe we get
Gotta
it.
Send it to the volume.
All right, we're gonna put up Matt's address later.
Yeah,
yeah.
you
No,
can
we're
send
not.
everything to
Yeah,
him.
you are.
Oh,
Yeah, you are.
All right, before we get into the spoilers talk, did you guys? Let's rate this real. Well, we rated it last
Nah.
week in the non-spoilers, but I think we're gonna
Normally
wait.
we do it after.
I think we're gonna
Yeah.
wait to the spoilers
Yeah.
section.
Do it after.
Which is
Uh,
right now.
What?
Spoilers.
Which is
are
No,
right
after
now.
Right, we're gonna
after
get
spoilers.
right
No,
to
she's
spoilers,
asking.
but
Spoilers right now.
before we go to spoilers, don't forget if you like what you've seen, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things you're supposed to do nowadays on the socials. If
Yeah.
you know what I mean. I don't know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean either. You're being weird.
I'm just a weird
scaring
night,
me.
okay?
Yeah, I
Uh,
had too much coffee.
Stop. You're
yeah, no,
scaring
we
them.
appreciate every single one of you. At least I do. Nick doesn't,
Nope.
and Matt's always on the fence about this.
Yep.
And Dan, how
Matt's
do you feel about it?
Never 100% sure. He's giving,
just doesn't
giving,
answer.
he's giving you guys a
Just
smolder.
I think I
stare,
like it.
like,
I think I like the
mm.
people subscribing because then they watch more of our stuff, and we like to laugh and make funny videos. So if they get a laugh and get to watch our funny videos, then
Yeah.
it's a win.
Yeah,
I think
for
you
sure.
guys,
So-
I think they all need lives.
And if you like it, like I feel like people like videos,
like.
like it, subscribe. Like for us, every like means something.
We
Yeah,
need
it
it.
And
does.
every subscribe means something right
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
I mean, until we get 1 million views, then we'll be like, you don't have to like it. But
Yeah.
literally every comment,
don't have
we
to
read.
like
It's
this.
probably still.
But no, we still would because
no, it's just not going to make a difference.
But
They'll be
people
like, yeah,
say-
we're rolling in money.
it's for like the algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
Peasants.
And maybe it is. Like there's mathematical reasons. Speaking of math,
Mathematical.
but like if you like our video,
Famous.
yeah, it lets us know that hey, yeah, I guess that people dug that one.
Yeah.
Like, we'll do
They
a little
dug
more of
It's
that.
just
Or
they're just pity likes.
They
You know
did.
that,
they
right?
may be pity likes.
Yeah. They're like,
But
"You
comments
guys-
are not pity comments.
guys
You
are
gotta
terrible."
work at that. But the
Yeah.
like, you just go while you're watching the video. Be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
like, I'm out. Or
right. They're
watch
like,
the video.
yeah, okay, cool.
That's all right.
So no, I like it when people
Suppose.
engage because
Yeah.
we like to engage.
Well, and that's what we're trying to do with this channel, with the show, is to kind of address the wider community out there. We just want to interact with other Star Wars fans and get more people into Star Wars because we love Star Wars so much. It's just fun to talk about. Why are you laughing?
Did you say wider community?
Did I?
I thought he
Because
said.
I thought you said
he
whiter community. I was like,
wider.
Dustin, we're gonna get flagged, dude.
Wider, like it's like
Wide,
Broad.
wider, yes, broader
I should have
community.
said broader.
3 different
No.
meanings.
I love how everybody was like laughing, and then Dustin's like, "What are you laughing about?" It's like, how did you not hear yourself? Why do you not think before you
Wider.
speak?
I knew what he meant, and I still knew what he didn't mean, and I
Yeah.
laughed at both.
I just had the thought. I was like, people are gonna think you said whiter.
We gotta clarify.
No. Star Wars is all encompassing. That's why I love Star Wars too. You don't
Yeah,
have to think
sure.
about all that.
Now
stuff.
he's
Yeah, no,
backpedaling.
it's the broader community.
Going
Okay,
for trouble now.
Let's move on. Let's get to the
Let's get to the
spoiler
spoilers.
section.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right.
Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Countdown. Do the countdown.
All right. If you haven't seen this episode, we're going to spoil it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1.
That was not a glitch. That was real life. Everybody dies.
Yep. No, they didn't.
People
Yeah.
like
They
that.
almost did.
People like that short we did about everybody dies.
They did.
Everybody
you should play that.
dies.
We'll play that in a little bit. It was
Maybe.
hilarious, dude. I just
Everybody
love
gets
Matt's
deaded.
like I didn't even hear that when we're live.
Yeah, right.
I don't hear half the things that Matt says until like we watch it back, and I'm like,
Seriously.
"You said that? That's hilarious."
You could literally. We're gonna do it one of these days. I'm gonna do just Matt.
The best of
commentary.
Matt.
The
yeah.
best of Matt.
And it would probably be like 30 seconds because he doesn't say a lot of things.
Right?
But
when
they're
he
all
does, it's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah, so you just string them together. You'd be like, no context.
What does that even mean?
We
does that
could take
mean?
our analysis and do a no context review. What are we
Yeah.
reviewing in this serial? What episode are we talking about? No, I'm
Right.
kidding.
I get it.
Nick gets you.
I'd watch it.
We'd watch it.
Definitely.
All
All
right,
right. Well,
spoil
let's get to
this
these spoilers.
crap.
So the first thing I just want to say is that I got so hyped about that I was jumping out of my seat.
Yeah.
We saw a mythosaur,
We saw a
dude.
mythosaur.
We saw a mythosaur, and it was so cool.
It was so
Seriously.
legit myth.
That like the whole episode was good. Like I liked it. Definitely,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is Star Wars, man. This is awesome. I'm enjoying this. And then we got that, and I was like,
That.
they're doing everything I want them to do. That's the thing. Like I've always wanted to see a mythosaur because it's just a huge part of Mandalorian
Because it's
lore.
a myth
Yes.
up to this point.
Right.
Yeah, and like I'm glad. Like I thought they were gonna, because some mythosaurs they show they're like not very big. Because you always see like the
the tiny
skull
ones.
things, and you're like, oh,
The
that's
little
not very
babies.
That's
big.
cute.
But
That's cute.
in this, dude, it was like that thing is
That's a
massive. That's
that's a
like the great
mythosaur.
dragon.
It was like
Yeah.
a
It's
dinosaur.
not bigger.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, here we go, dude.
Yeah. Also, I love I love the idea that he was like he pulled Din down to the depths,
Yeah,
and then he just like hid,
Let him
and then
Yeah, that's-
Bo-Katan saw him, and he's like, "Hey."
What's up?
yeah, that's so. There are questions I
Hi,
have
how
in
are
this
ya?
episode. It's
Yeah.
definitely
Hi,
a good
how are ya?
episode, but it was like,
I can
why?
explain.
Why did the mythosaur drag him down to the bottom of the?
That's what he's been
The-
trained
Like
to
I
water.
said,
do.
yeah, he's been trained. He knows the
did-
routine.
Nick and I
What-
explain
Okay,
this to
yep.
you.
He's
No.
like, yep, I'm listening, waiting for the cue, and pull you
Now.
under. Pressurize your helmet.
Yep.
Put you down there. Now
Set
you got
you
to
on
swim
the
all the way
bottom.
back. Ha ha. And then he sits there and he's like, "Yeah, just gotta wait."
Oh, this one's different
Oh.
this time. Someone's saving him.
Hi, how are you?
That's what's going through the myth.
Yeah.
I like how we just went deep.
He's
into
just
the
like,
mythosaur's
"Don't move."
Mind.
She can't see us if we don't move.
Is she seeing us right now?
Is she-
Armor gunner.
Yep, shined it right in my eye. She sees
Ow.
me.
Come on, man.
Hi,
That's-
how are you?
blinded me.
You're not supposed to do
Yeah.
that. That's not part of the thing.
Yeah,
It's not part of the plan.
yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I was like, why didn't it just eat him? Like if it was ginormous.
I think it's because it's
He
part of the
just
ritual.
had
You're
his
supposed
lunch.
to get dragged down
I don't know,
with,
but
by
they
the
always said
mythosaur. And see,
I mean-
Bo-Katan thinks the whole thing's just it's
She
a
needed
joke.
to
I know
see
it was for her.
Yeah,
But it was convenient plot than
Yeah.
it was like an actual reason. That's
It was.
the thing. That's
she needed to believe.
I know, but that's that's what I'm saying for this episode. There's
Yeah.
more convenient plot things than there are that actually make sense.
It's
Like,
called plot armor.
Yeah, I know, but
and it's gonna change the world.
there could be some tighter writing, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
You could
I think though the mythosaur.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not
Yeah.
really criticizing it too hard. I'm
Right.
just I understand
Too
why
hard.
they did it. I just think they could
Felt
have
a little
given us a
confu-
better reason or showed us a different way that would have elevated the story a little bit more.
Yeah,
hmm
his Beskar suddenly got magnetized, and the magnet was at the bottom of the ocean
Right.
or the
It,
water.
it reminded me of like undersea creatures that
mythosaur
like
didn't
play
even
with their
touch 'em.
food or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
It was like they just drag it like down to the bottom,
Yeah.
and they're like, I'm not hungry right now. I just
He's
ate
like,
my
a little
lunch."
midnight snack.
Or I guess you could say
Yeah.
he had the Mandalorian armor on. If it tried to bite him, it couldn't because it had,
Yeah.
he had the armor. I guess you could say
Well,
that, or he
I
wasn't the same
wonder.
as those other creatures that it's been eating
Right?
or
Like,
something
how
like that.
filling could a Mandalorian be?
Right.
Maybe we'll get like
Just a
Gandalf
maybe.
being pulled
Just a
down
maybe.
by the
That's what it reminded.
Balrog.
Yeah, that's
Or-
kind of what it reminded me of.
And then we're gonna get it in another episode. Like this is exactly what was happening as he was getting pulled under.
Yeah. Now he's
trying to
Mando.
eat him.
Now he's
They're gonna give it
Mando
from-
the White.
Mando the White.
Oh,
yeah.
not again.
He was Mando the Gray.
Yes.
Now he's Mando another Lord of the
Not
Rings
again.
reference.
I know, dude. There are a lot of Lord of the Rings references. Mines of Mandalore,
Mines
Mines of
of
Moria,
Mandamoria.
It's underground.
The
There's
Shelob,
creatures still living
the
down there. The
Shelob
Shelob
thing.
thing. Yes.
Yeah.
It's, which
Nah.
that whole arc felt a little forced again. Like
Yeah.
Shelob.
yeah,
it
the
didn't
whole Shelob part.
really explain what that creature
Yeah.
was.
What was that creature and why was it there? I mean,
Yeah.
I
Why
guess
does
it
it
was like a
have-
scavenger.
It looked like Grievous.
Yeah, it
It
did.
did.
But was it Grievous? I don't think so.
No, it
Nah.
definitely was not.
It looked
Grievous
like
is
a-
dead.
It's
It looked
Grievous
like
without
a-
his clothes.
Yeah. Ooh. Gross.
What'd you say?
I didn't need that visual.
What'd you say?
What
did
what?
he say?
What? What?
What?
What you
Yeah,
do
but
with
no, it
those
had like
penguins?
only a section
of,
of
its
like
eye, like an
of a
eye.
head,
Yeah,
and
It
it
was
looked
a
human, and I was like,
cyclops.
"What is this thing?"
kind of.
It
Yeah.
looked human.
Yeah, the section right here.
What if that was just a mutated Mandalorian?
That's
that
what I'm
kept
saying.
Itself alive.
How did he get that way though?
Yeah.
You know, he didn't just cut himself up and put himself in that.
Put him in a stew.
I feel
boil
like
him,
we're,
mash him, stick him in a stew.
the thing is, I feel like we're thinking about it a lot more than what they thought.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
not,
sure
I'm
they'll
not
explain it,
criticizing.
like-
It
I'm
could be
just
a
saying,
problem.
like, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, new character. This is what I thought of, and I'm like, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. And they're like, oh, it's been in Star Wars before.
Also,
you
it
know?
looks like a
It's
bionicle.
believable. It did.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's where they got the
Right, they're coming
influence
back.
from.
I
Star Wars
forgot about
Bionicles.
that crap.
Yeah, it could be. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But that was the biggest jump scare I've had in like Star Wars. I feel
Yeah.
like that. I definitely jumped.
Yeah, he's looking at the helmet, and then suddenly it's like,
Bop.
I was like, whoa!
How did it know
Wow,
to be
wow,
right
wow.
there?
I
Like,
think he just said it.
That Mandalorian helmet was the trap.
It's the
It
You know.
seems about right.
it's
I mean,
the
it's-
convenience of the writing.
It seems
Again, see, that's what I'm
right.
saying.
It's,
Like,
he had
there's no-
one path
There's
to follow,
coincidences.
and
Yeah.
everything he did along the way.
it might not have been the
was
helmet.
What
It
he
might,
could do.
yeah, it might have been just because those creatures roam down there.
Yeah, maybe
And-
it's been dormant all this time, and then finally
That helmet was
sensor
weighing him
went
down.
off.
yeah.
And yeah, the helmet was weighing him down.
You couldn't
He's
get
like,
up.
Oh, thank goodness I
You
can
have to be
move.
You have to be
It was
worthy.
weighing it
Yeah.
down.
You have to be worthy to lift it.
Worthy.
Worthy.
It was
He
Thor's
chose
Mjolnir.
poorly.
Mjolnir?
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. Mjolnir.
Third one's better, way better than the last one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's keep spoiling things, baby. Other
Baby!
points to this episode. I do love the fact that we went to Mandalore. We have not
Yeah.
been to Mandalore live action
Nope.
and after
After.
a Night of 1,000 Tears.
Night of 1,000 Tears.
That was crazy.
Only
dude.
1,000.
Wait,
yeah,
that was-
that's just what they call it.
Yeah,
There were more
1,000
than that.
Seems kind of low.
Literally, everybody was crying, and then it stopped after 1,000 tears. were
They're
shed.
like, crap. We
They're
hit
like,
our
all right,
budget."
we got to move on. Come on, guys.
because they were all bombed to death.
Right?
That's why it stopped.
No
Yeah,
more
right.
tears.
Their tears evaporated.
Their tears turned into crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal, crystal.
Crystal?
Did you say kiss the crystal?
No.
Kiss
that's
the
not-
girl.
I just said crystal, crystal.
Go
No,
on
you said
in,
crystal
kiss
crystal.
the crystal.
Yeah, it came out weird.
Yeah, it came
Fa
out
la
weird.
la 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 la, don't be shy.
No.
What you gonna do
That's
about
a copyright strike
That
right
was
there.
definitely a copyright strike.
Yeah.
What
What
you
if
gonna
he
do
shows
about
up? No, he showed up
Sebastian is the...
in the bottom of where the
Yeah, he's like,
mythosaur is.
sing with me now.
Sing with me now.
Sing with me now.
Dude, that
Oh,
would been
man.
hilarious. Under the sea, mythosaur.
Under the sea.
But now it's gonna be it's got to be a short or a
Yeah,
meme or
definitely.
something.
But yeah, I love the fact that we got to see Mandalore, even though we were in the same spot. It was still cool to see the planet and what had happened.
Yep.
The whole R4 arc was funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't like blow you away funny, but it was definitely still funny. And the
That
whole
I was,
Peli Motel.
I was honestly disappointed that they
Yeah.
didn't get IG-11.
I mean,
Yeah.
I assume eventually he's gonna be.
Yeah,
Awoken.
IG-11's coming back. I
Awoken.
think it was more of a tease, but I was definitely disappointed too because I
Yeah.
was ready. Like
Like,
that's
yeah.
what they were teeing up,
We don't
right.
want no
and it would have made
Right.
sense. Like,
astromech.
No,
why do we do this?
and they
alternate
didn't really
thing?
do
Only
much.
Astromech
I almost
is R2D. R2D is just astromech, right?
yeah.
That's the only astromech we want.
Although yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because he would have done his job really well.
He
and-
wouldn't
and
have
he
been
would have
done
killed
so
all
bad.
those creatures.
Or Chopper.
Chopper, but
Chopper.
Chopper's got attitude, man.
He's got
It's kinda
that
hard to-
attitude.
He's
bro.
hard
also
to
got a
deal with.
high kill count.
He does actually. You're right.
Man's in the hundreds.
So does R2.
Millions,
though.
actually.
R2's got a massive kill
Yeah.
count if you look at
They
it.
both do.
Oh, killing
Basically,
droids,
they
baby.
should be in jail.
Yeah. Droid jail.
droid jail.
Astromech jail.
But- So
Oh,
they're on the
wrong.
planet.
Oh, you looked at the wrong camera. Oh, no. Who?
There's a camera behind us.
They're spying on us.
Watching us.
I'm still waiting for somebody to jump up in the back.
Right. Like Dan, that one episode.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm tired of it.
What?
Right, Dan?
Come
on, man, back me up here.
I remember.
What?
I don't know
me
what you're
up.
talking about,
We
but
need some context. here.
Remember
I know
all
what
the
you-
cameras were super
Yeah.
goofy,
It
and we
was
were
only
like, yeah, I'm just
seven
going to change it mid-show, and we're like, what's going on?
You do you.
it was 7 short days ago. But I remember it like
Was
it
it
was
last week?
yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't think that was last
Yes,
week.
it
I think
was.
it
It
was
was
the week
last
before.
week. No,
Yeah,
it was
last
last
week.
week.
You guys
It
have
was the first
terrible
day of
memories.
Mando, my boy.
It was the first
It
day
was
of Mando.
7 days ago.
Definitely 7
I
days
remember.
It was
ago.
7 days ago.
Back then.
way back in my
Way
day.
back in
Back
my
when
day.
I
7
was a
days
wee
ago.
Back in
boy.
Mando's day. Mando!
He was
I
good
love saying
people.
He was good. Shoot first and ask questions later.
It's like Andor taught me.
All right, no, let's have some more pros though for this episode. Spoiler pros. Give me some spoiler pros.
So the love
A
story
loving
between
Yes, dude,
endeavor.
we totally
Din
called
and
that.
Dinbo.
Dinbo. That's what we're
That's
calling
their
them. Dinbo.
That's their relationship
That
name.
is their-
It's definitely gonna happen.
It's definitely
like
their couple
it's
name.
amazing how much we're on the pulse of Star Wars.
Yeah,
these
seriously.
days.
They're just out here setting up lovers.
Yeah, setting up lovers.
Yeah. Well,
Dinbo.
Dinbo, Bowden. Bowden.
we're right on it.
Yeah,
Sounds
Seriously,
right on the
dude.
pulse.
Dimbo is funnier.
Like, did we write the show?
Dinbo.
No.
No.
But could we have?
We
yes.
could have. They could have consulted us.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Okay, so do
They
you
won't.
think he's gonna stay in Death Watch?
Bo Kitten.
Not if he keep marrying.
I'm
I
just,
don't know
I don't know
I'm-
I just had
what
to
to
get
do
that
about
out.
that.
I'm flabbergasted right
She
now.
did call him daddy.
No,
she?
she called. No, she
Did she,
said-
Dustin?
No, she didn't, Dustin.
Stop saying that.
Said,
She
"Where's
said.
your daddy?
She said,
Where's your dad?
"Where's
She didn't say
Grogu's
daddy.
dad?"
She said dad.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
you wish she said daddy.
Or,
No.
Oh
Kinda.
I don't
gosh,
think anyone wishes upon
show's
that.
derailing.
No one wishes
Stop.
upon that star.
No.
Look, love is in the air, man.
It is.
You
and
can't
it's
stop
in
it.
the water.
And it's in the water.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
seriously.
mythic.
That was the first
Mythosaur.
time we saw. I think it was the first time in Star Wars that we've seen them like fly underwater with jetpacks. Who
Yeah.
knew their jetpacks could fly underwater?
I feel like
I knew that.
Obi-Wan might have
People.
done that in
Did he?
a
Clone
in a
Wars.
Clone Wars.
Obi-Wan
I
never
don't know.
had a
It was
jet.
the
Oh, yeah,
battle
he did.
underwater, probably.
Yeah.
They were
He's
doing
done
it
all
like that.
kinds of crazy
Oh, with
stuff.
Where-
Kit Fisto.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Come out to
And when they got the One People's helps.
Bring
Yeah,
it,
the-
Matt. Matt's backing me up here.
Yeah,
dude.
what,
yeah, I think you're right. Are you talking about
Yeah.
the fish
Calamari,
people?
yeah.
Calamari.
They're not.
And-
they don't use jetpacks. They don't use Mandalorian.
No.
jetpacks.
The
Yeah,
Jedi
I'm
were
just
with
saying
them
they
using
had-
those.
They had
Underwater.
suits, didn't they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were.
Because obviously they had suits, but did they? I feel
Except
like they
Kit. Kit didn't need one
Yeah,
because he
'cause
can
he's part
breathe
fish.
underwater.
Yeah,
what?
dude.
But no, we haven't seen a Mandalorian.
He got them gills.
Got them
underwater.
gills.
Yeah, but we have seen them use that type of stuff.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. I just
I
thought it
don't
was
know.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool,
and
Mando.
you
No.
kind of pointed that out, Dan, when we were watching the show. You were like, dude, fly underwater. That
Flying
sounds-
underwater. I
He
mean,
basically
that's
became
the
a penguin.
that's what's so cool, and probably what you've always enjoyed about Mandos is that their tech,
Yeah.
their suits, like I go high in the sky, I'll go
Yeah.
underwater, which is the funniest part about the opening episode of like how they're gonna take down that giant crocodile.
Right.
It's like,
They
well,
just
let's
use
just stand
everything.
here to the air. After now, 8 of you have died.
Right.
Oh my god.
Like,
Well,
instead
you
of
could
just
go
running right next
underwater.
to
You
it.
could go up high to get away from him. No, we're just gonna stand here. Let a couple of
Yeah.
us die.
The more we thought about episode 1, the
Yeah.
worse that
It was
action
like,
sequence was.
that
in the
fight
beginning
scene
was.
wasn't
It
great.
was.
Right. Especially that video I sent.
It looks awesome, but it's just
Yeah,
which one?
So, the one of the
It's,
guy that
With
does-
Obi-Wan.
With
Yeah.
Obi-Wan and
Oh, yes,
That was a perfect.
Qui-Gon.
I've seen.
That's great.
What's
Yeah,
the
what
name
does
of
he
that guy?
say?
What's the name? It's
I don't
like when
remember his
Obi-Wan
name.
roasts. It's
Yeah,
like
roasts
the Obi-Wan roast
the
thing. They're hilarious.
First
Check
episode of
'em out.
Mandalorian.
But he was saying, he's like, I've seen worse.
baptisms in Florida.
Yeah. It was
Just
great.
hilarious. Perfect line for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that action sequence wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, it's not an
just didn't make
AT-AT.
sense. That's like
Yeah.
kind of the writing I'm saying. Like for the action, like I feel like they could.
Yeah, the action hasn't been amazing.
I just
Right.
feel like they could make it a little bit better. They're not thinking it through all the way. They need
No.
like someone like us or someone with more like,
Like
need
you like
us.
see it visually and
We
you're
know.
like, does this make sense?
yeah.
Yes
No,
or no? If
it
it doesn't,
hasn't.
then you got to reshoot it.
I feel like a lot of the special effects people are like, this doesn't make sense, but we already filmed everything. We can't change it now.
Yeah.
Like type deal.
Well, Well, I feel like they're trying to get away from the volume by going to other locations.
Like live, yeah.
But they're maybe
Right, they're trying to
struggling with
turn it
that
down.
balance. You know, they're
Mhm.
like, okay, we got to build this
Turn
world a
that
little
down.
bit, but we still are mostly going to use the volume because that's how we do Mando.
Yeah.
And I think you said they're kind of struggling. They're doing a better job than Obi-Wan did.
Right.
I'm disappearing.
Absolutely. Like
You disappear.
100% better.
Yeah,
Pretty
so
tough to ruin this show.
these are constructive criticism. They're not like the kind of criticism
It's
I
not
have
like,
for like
wow,
Boba
you
Fett
guys-
and I mean
yeah.
even those are still constructive criticism, but it's just like wow, they
It's
suck.
worse criticism.
This isn't like wow, you suck.
It's
This is just
embarrassing.
like okay, it's good, but we could take it to the next level. Like we
Yeah.
could make this even better. And
Push
then
it to the limit.
Professionals.
Professionals?
professionals.
What,
Yeah.
what is professional?
I don't know, but it's going in my dictionary.
Yeah, it's just
We're up to 5 words now.
they need. It feels like they have to rely on an easy way out to make the action work
Yeah.
in this. Like you can tell that the action in this show is forced. You
Yeah.
know, like they're not really thinking.
It's
it
not
through all the way.
organic. It's mechanical.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, yeah. Because even with him showing up and blowing up the alligator in episode 1, you're like, oh, that was convenient. They would have been
Right.
screwed
Yeah.
otherwise.
Mandalorians are
Right.
warriors.
It's
I ain't
plot
seen it.
convenience.
And then again, it's even in this one, it's like he had to go get Bo-Katan just to save
Right.
Mando. You
I
know
love
what I mean?
I love the line when he's, paralyzed in that cage thing and Grogu tries to free him and then he can't and he's like, go get Bo-Katan. And then she finds him and rescues him and he's like, how'd you find me?
Yeah,
It's like, dude,
You
you
wizard.
literally told Grogu to go get her.
yeah.
He
Like,
was
what do you
out of
mean, how
it.
did you find me?
He was out of it. He doesn't remember that.
Yeah,
how'd you
that's
find
the only
me?
thing he could. He
Yeah.
was kind of out of it because that thing drugged him for sure. That
Yeah.
thing was crazy
Put
creepy
him on
too. Like,
some hallucinogens.
Yeah.
yeah, he'd be
Hallucinogens.
tripping.
Right, he'd be tripping.
He'd be
But
tripping.
He was playing, he was in the other show, The Last of Us. Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
kind of like when Han
I
Solo is
haven't
frozen
seen
in
that.
carbonite,
Yeah, that's
and
his
he's Indiana
his
Jones.
dreams. Is
Pedro Pascal is Joel from The Last of Us whenever he's drugged out.
when he's drug. Yeah, yeah. Wow. That's,
I mean, you got it.
Yeah,
You see the similarities between the show?
it is similar for
Yeah.
sure.
He's got to protect a kid. Kid has special abilities.
I know that's the funny thing. He's like always doing that.
Yeah.
and that's like so many shows nowadays.
Right. Well, and then there's that meme. It's like by 2050, at least every single TV show is going to have Pedro Pascal protecting a special child.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I did like seeing in this episode that Grogu like showed some actual like ability to take
Effort.
care of things. Like he's not as helpless as he was in season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
He's still a kid, so he's still gonna get scared. But at least he was able to fight off that thing for one,
Yeah.
a little bit, and get away, so that he could actually go get Bo-Katan. Also, the funny thing was like the timing of all that. I'm like. He had to go all the way back to the ship and
Yep.
then fly all the way. I guess that,
To a
that
whole
planet
nother
wasn't too
planet.
far away.
Everything on Mandalore was just on pause.
You done did got hyperdrive.
That's kind of what it felt like. It was like,
No,
all
you
right,
don't.
pause.
You don't.
All right, we're
Does he
gonna
have
go.
hyperdrive on the? Yeah,
He does actually,
does.
yeah, and he actually has a sublight drive.
Sublight
so
drive.
he could have
That
got
as
there pretty
well.
fast.
He could have taken 30 seconds.
yeah,
Finding those subs. Sublight.
or I mean,
Pumping them.
or he
subs
could have
up.
even get Scott out of atmosphere and then messed like
Who's
called
Scott?
her. Scott out of atmosphere.
It sounded like you said
I
he
heard
could have
S- I heard
get
Scott.
Scott out
You
of
could have got
atmosphere.
Scott out of the atmosphere. Scott,
Scott,
Scott!
dang it, Scott.
beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up,
I want to know
Scotty.
who Scott is. Who's Scott?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't call me out on that stuff.
Don't call me out on
Scottie
Scott.
Pippen.
man.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Scotty Pippen.
Scotty Pippen, he'd be shooting threes all day.
Threes all day.
Don't you worry about it.
We don't know what we're talking about.
Apparently,
We do and we don't.
we're trying
yeah,
to keep it
going
on
back-
Star Wars. Yeah,
Going back to my, this is my theory, the theory section of the show.
do
Let's
it.
hear it,
Do
let's hear
you
it.
think Mando's gonna stay in the Death Watch?
That's what's interesting about this whole
Depends.
thing.
Because Bo-Katan is in. What is hers? What's hers called?
she's just
Just
a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
she's just Mandalorian. She was
What's
a
her
part
clan?
of the
Yeah. What is her clan though? She's got she has a clan.
Bo-Katan
Yeah.
Kreese.
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 Kreese is her clan, and they actually ruled Mandalore.
Yeah.
but they were a different
Some say
sect.
Kreese.
Yeah.
Because there was the ones that went the traditional like warlike route,
Yep.
which was Death Watch,
To the
and then there was the ones that went the more the pacifist.
Yep.
She kind of was
But still
enigma
fought,
though, because
though.
she
They weren't-
joined Death Watch, and that's what was interesting. And then her sister.
Her
was-
sister was a complete pacifist.
And this was
Mhm.
the really interesting part too was when they talked about her dad. Like
Yeah.
they hadn't,
Right?
they've never talked about
Yeah,
their
I don't think
dad,
they've ever
believe, in
referenced
Clone Wars.
it.
And then
Right?
No, I don't believe
I
so.
can't recall any part.
Dan, Matt, you guys
I
watched
don't
that
know.
recently.
I
Clone
don't
Wars.
remember.
I didn't even
Um,
know she had a dad.
No, I don't remember anything about her dad ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
yeah. I thought
I
that
don't.
was fascinating. I love that they brought that in,
Yeah.
and then also like I just never thought about it because they never talked about it. But then it
Never
was a
thought
nice
about
spot for him to be like, showing
Mad
respect.
respect,
Yeah.
yo.
that- but then the weirdest part was right after that. Whenever she looked at Grogu and she's like,
What are you looking at?
Like,
It's like,
Just
oh,
ruined
you know,
the precious moment.
yeah.
I think it was because Grogu was sensing some love.
Love
Yeah.
connection. He's like,
I'm
gotcha.
gonna have a mom.
I'm gonna have a mom.
Finally, what I've
Yay.
always wanted.
I've always wanted a mom.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. I
It's
think.
definitely gonna happen.
I love though. That's why I say I love the last 5 minutes though because it really there's so much story there. Like I
Right.
can't wait to watch it again because I want to like get all that story goodness because she's talking about her dad. She's talking about Mandalore, and then she's talking to even like we didn't know that even her being a like royalty basically what she had to do.
Yeah.
She took the oath. Like that's the interesting thing.
Yeah.
She took the Mandalorian oath like the Death
she-
Watch does.
She didn't take it seriously though.
no,
She was
said
putting
it
on
was
a
like,
show.
till now.
Yeah. So she almost treats his faction like kids. Like
Right.
that's what the kids
Or
believe in. Or like that's
brainwashed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny though because she was in Death Watch. So
Right.
she kind of was right along with them. But I guess she evolved from that and I don't know.
I guess.
It's really interesting. That's
I
why
don't think
I
she
really like it.
knows.
And how she was kind of joking when she was reading off that text
Yep.
thing.
Yeah, she's like this.
Well,
because
because she's just going through the motions.
Yeah, 'cause
After a while, it just gets old.
it's pedantic to her.
Yeah.
It's just myth. It's
That's
just
a big word.
That's a big word.
It's going
and
in
I
his
don't know what it
dictionary.
means.
Pedantic.
hey.
I don't even know what that word means.
Oh, I feel.
And I'm a big word
not
guy.
as dumb.
It has the word Dan in it. That's all you need to know.
Pedantic.
That's what really makes it great. In fact,
That's good.
Oh, you really want?
Yeah, like look up the
Well,
definition
okay.
of that word.
I mean,
Pedantic means like boring, like
Yeah, pedantic, like
unnecessary.
repetitive.
Repetitive.
Gross.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah, it does mean boring. It can also mean someone who annoys others by correcting small errors,
Mm.
caring too much about
grammar
minor
Nazis.
details, or
People.
emphasizing their own expertise, especially in some narrow or boring subject matter.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
So it wasn't 100% correct, but it kind of worked.
Yeah, it kind of worked.
I'll take it. It's a win. It's got.
Well,
Dan
yeah,
in it.
I mean,
that's what
yeah,
really matters.
Yeah, no, you're right because she's like, this is stupid.
Right.
Why are you taking this so seriously? And he's like, hardcore believer.
Yeah, and that's what was interesting in those last couple minutes was like her, like seeing how much it meant to him.
Yeah,
Right.
Yep.
he was like, yeah, stone faced, obviously because you couldn't see his face.
It
It was
was
under
like
the helmet.
that's why I was like, she can get behind him. That's what
Yeah.
it felt like.
Like she's saying, like reading off the inscription, and he's just like, he's not even paying attention.
Yeah,
He's like, I got to do this.
yeah. He's like he's so focused, like he's so singular focused that like he believes in it so much. And that's the
Yeah.
other thing too. He
got
believes so
blinders
much
on.
in the creed and what they are that his like devotion to that I think is what's going to unite Mandalore in a lot of
Yeah.
ways. I still think he's going to have to evolve past the point of not taking off their
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I was
Seems a
speculating.
bit
Like,
excessive.
do you think what if he just makes his own,
The law.
tribe?
his own creed.
His
Or
own
not his
creed.
own creed, but
His
his own
own-
house.
Essentially,
House Jaren.
Well, he's already been
Jaren House.
excommunicated
House
from his
Dimbo.
own.
Dimbo.
Dimbo House.
Sorry.
Well, he's currently been excommunicated.
Yeah.
And now, if he gets bathed in the mind, does that mean that he has been bathed in the minds of
Yeah.
in the
Technically,
waters?
yeah.
Technically, he's been bathed in the, and he got pulled
And
down by the
dragged.
mythosaur.
I think he
He's
went-
actually
Wow.
seen the mythosaur.
Yes.
Well, he hasn't. He was probably knocked out.
He
So
felt
the
it.
question,
saw it.
yeah. So is he gonna
she
be
believes.
like redeemed? He's like definitely never taking off his helmet again, or is
By Mandalorian tradition, they're both married right now.
yeah? What's really happening?
Right.
Does the mythosaur the priest?
Right.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like,
like,
this is a marriage
Mm,
ceremony.
I pronounce
He comes out of the
you
water and he's like,
Tenenbaum.
marriage.
marriage. You talk?
Yeah. He teaches Grogu how to talk.
Oh
I
my
love it.
gosh.
No, but I
Mm.
thought that's the fascinating part though is technically she was bathed in it as
Right.
well.
So
Yeah.
she leaves her helmet on.
She does,
is
yeah.
cleansed.
It does end with her having her helmet on, so
She
I
does
wonder if she
indeed.
doesn't take it off.
No, I think
I don't.
I
know.
think what it means is I think they're gonna grow past that together. I think
Yeah.
there's going to have to be
A bridge.
there's gonna have to be some give and take here because
Right, 'cause
he
they can't-
definitely bathed in the waters,
Mm-hmm.
and did what he was supposed to,
right.
and then she did it with him, and she also saved him. They saw the mythosaur, and Dan's laughing at me again. What did I do now, Dan?
That's just funny.
Wide.
I did something. I said something silly.
Wide.
No, I just was remembering because you just said they both bathed in the waters.
Yeah.
How he walks up to the thing and we're like, is he gonna undress?
Right, yeah. And you're like, yeah, this is the only reason she went with him.
Yeah, the spectacle.
She's like,
It was,
That's what she
gotta
said.
see what's under the armor, if you know what I mean.
Spectacle. Oh, no. Daddy.
Not under the helmet, though. Do you think?
She said dad, didn't she?
No,
She
she
said
never
Grogu?
did. She always said him. I rewatched it.
No, yeah,
said
but
dad,
she
though.
says,
She said
"Where,
dad
where's your
once.
dad?"
Where?
Right after they fought, or when she was going down
Ooh.
to the Mando, and they were in the same cave, and she fought those weird things. I
Yeah,
don't
what were
know.
those called?
And
I don't
she
know.
was
I'll
like,
double check.
you
But
and she was like,
titles.
"You think your dad's the only one who's a Mando
Yep,
or something
you
like
think
that?"
you thought your dad was the only Mandalorian?
Yeah. Math.
Then she got her butt kicked by the crab robot.
She did. Although then that was interesting too. She fought with the.
That's what
the
I
dark
wanna see.
saber.
We
Yeah,
need
say
to
it, Matt.
see Mando better with the dark saber because it's getting old.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he's had
sucks.
2 years to train with that thing. Well, I mean, and we also saw in
If
the
although
Boba Fett episode that he wasn't any good with it.
We need
still.
Ahsoka to train him. Or
Yeah.
someone.
or no, who
Sabine.
we need is Sabine.
Kanan.
Sabine
Or
is one of
Sabine,
the only
yeah.
ones who's fought with
'Cause
it.
Kanan
Kanan taught her, yeah.
don't say anything.
Don't say
What?
anything.
Why not?
That's it. No, I mean,
Don't say anything.
About,
Spoilers.
Anything else about Kanan?
Oh, right. We don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
Rebels is a fantastic
We
show.
want
Go
people to
watch
go
it.
watch
You
Rebels.
need to watch it.
All right, so basically highlights of this episode: Mythosaur. Oh my
Yep.
goodness. The story, the backstory
The
with
love
Bo-Katan. The love story, baby.
The love connection.
Love boat. But
Waiting in the bushes of love.
of love.
That's a good song.
And I liked seeing Mandalore. That was awesome.
Yep.
Dope
and
sauce.
it was destroyed, but it looked cool. The Lord of the Rings references.
Yep.
Fighting with the actual dark saber. That was kind of interesting because she gave it back too. That's another thing.
Well, she didn't defeat him in combat.
I know,
That's the
but I
only
was
way
like-
she can get it.
That's also like I feel like that's also a little bit of foreshadowing. Like maybe not like her leading with the dark saber, but the fact that they worked together. Like she worked with him using the dark saber to save him.
You see, and that's kind of the contradiction that she has. She believes in that,
right?
but
the
she
dark
doesn't
saber
believe in the
tradition.
creed
The only
of
reason
not taking your helmet
I don't
off.
know if she necessarily believes in the dark saber ruling. But she just knows that that's how
That's
all
how
the rest
she gets
of the
to everyone
Mandalorians.
else.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That's fair.
And that's why she kind of jokes around
Plot
about it.
convenience.
And that's why she jokes around about it, where she's like, "You just wave the dark saber around; they'll follow you to the ends of the earth, or whatever." So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
but those were kind of the highlights. I like seeing the ships, the CGI for the ships and stuff like that looks clean. I really like the look of that.
Yeah.
Anytime, and I love seeing her ship. Her ship was awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty.
And it's big.
Yeah.
What's the name
Spacious.
of that ship? Do we?
Mandalorian Starfighter.
Well, I think there's an actual name, but
It's called a Mandalorian Starfighter.
Well,
I know
that.
because I got a Lego set under that table that says Mandalorian Starfighter.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe. I thought I had a name, but maybe
Don't you challenge me.
don't challenge
I don't know.
Matt, right?
If-
Fact checker.
Oh.
Why are we challenging Matt?
All right,
She was
what-
wrong.
Do we have
wasn't
proof?
she?
Yeah, he was right.
Ha! Got her.
Whoa! Oh, he's got the eyebrows
Matt,
to prove it.
Matt
I wish-
1,
I wish
Omega
I could
0.
do the wavy wave with my eyebrows.
I can't
Like
either.
this? I can kind of do it.
Oh,
No, that's
you
not-
almost had it there.
I can do
Oh,
this.
it's hard to do.
Ooh.
That's good. That's really good.
The unibrow.
Yeah.
Whoa!
It's the
Doing
worm.
the worm, baby.
Doing
A
that.
worm, baby.
All right, I think we've spoiled this
So-
enough.
Yeah.
We've had some speculations of where they're going with things. It's
Love.
exciting. I'm sure we missed a whole bunch in
Yeah.
there. There's a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
But it was a fantastic episode. Let's rate it and move on. Let us know in the comments too what you thought. We want to hear about you.
Yeah.
I think
Hear
we
about
last
what
week
you
was
thought of it.
a
but-
solid 9, wasn't it?
I gave it a 9.75. I was
Yeah.
hyped.
I gave it a 9.5.
Yeah, me too.
And Matt gave it a 9.5.
I might have said I don't know.
Did you say 9? It was either 9 or 9.5.
It was either 9 or 9.5.
Dan, you gave it a 9.5.
I was saying 9 or 9.5.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think going back and looking at it, I would actually drop it a little bit. I was definitely like riding the hype train on that.
Yeah.
In the honeymoon
You were
period.
excited.
Honeymoon
Yeah.
period.
And I would probably drop it to like a 9.
A
or
9.
8, almost an
Yeah.
8.5, just for some of the action.
Yeah.
But it looked good though. It looked really good. I'll
All
say.
right, but we're not retconning every previous episode
No.
rating.
We're
Let's
not.
see what we're
Yeah.
at today.
Yep, definitely. Why don't you let us know what your rating is, homie,
I'm gonna go 9.25.
yeah.
for this episode?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the repetitiveness of he's gonna
scenes.
take Mando down and then he's gonna take her down. Just seemed like they could have chopped it a little bit, like. Other
Yeah.
than you got to see her fight the things and see his version, then she got to use the darksaber. I got that, but it was a little repetitive. But anyway, the Mythosaur like took it over the top
Yeah.
at the end
definitely.
there. I was like, "Whoa, are they? They are."
yeah.
Do you think it's the same one that Mandalore tamed,
Like if it's that old.
or if it's
Probably.
just
I hope so.
Well, I think that's why she said what she said. She's like, if they lived, then what else survived?
I just feel like,
Mm.
man,
Delore.
nobody has touched that. This has been
Yeah.
out there for so long in the Star Wars universe, which is, I guess, why you're freaking out, Dustin.
Yeah,
Imagine
it
the
is.
damage it could do.
I mean,
Yeah.
to see, like, if you
Could
go watch
destroy
Clone Wars,
everything.
that's the show that dove into the most to the Mandalorians,
I'm
Yep.
assuming
and they handle that so well. And to see
Mhm.
that planet destroyed, and now the Mythosaur, like, we haven't
Yeah.
gone this far.
Yeah, the next step I feel like for Mandalorians is like make it like very like diverse for all the different houses. I want to go
Yeah.
into all the different houses of Mandalore. Why are they unique? What they like have that makes them unique, and how are you going to bring them all together? Like, what are the
Right.
factions like? I want to kind of go into that a lot. Just
See-
like you, that's why you call it the
you want the
Mandalorian.
logistics.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to see the diversity among them all and how they're going to bring them all together.
Yeah. They're all going to unite and do away with the whole never take your helmet off rule.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
could see that.
You know,
Something's
it could
going
be
to have
really
to unite
irritating
them.
to eat, you know.
Right? Like we saw in the episode, it's like, how's he going to drink that?
What
He's
you
like,
gonna do?
It was also a cool fact that in this season, I mean, we always kind of figured, but the Mandalorian helmets actually seal and have their
Yeah.
own like
Pressurized.
oxygen or whatever.
Yeah.
I liked that fact because always in Star Wars, I've always thought, I'm like, why do like stormtrooper helmets not have oxygen? They live
Yeah.
in space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
if you like fought and lived in space,
Yeah,
you
and
always
they're-
want to have a personal like
Right.
system.
they
for-
don't filter out toxins.
Yeah, that was
They
pretty-
filter out smoke. And I'm like,
as
that
advanced
seems...
they are, they're not advanced.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
like, why would
That's why
you
it's
not
kinda
filter
funny.
out toxins? That doesn't make any sense.
No.
I feel like that's the first thing you'd want to do.
Right? Be like, is it toxic air?
Even in World War
don't
One,
know.
they had, gas masks
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
things. It's like
Yeah, they did things specifically.
Right?
that would filter out toxins and
Mhm.
junk.
True.
Yeah, but that was a cool point. I liked them
True.
showing that.
Yeah.
But, I think you were talking about some stuff, Dan. What were you saying? Anything else?
No, that was it. I think
Right.
that
All
was
All
just
right,
out here
9.
rating.
Dan gives it,
It
a
was
9.
9 and a quarter.
9 and a quarter.
Yeah.
you
9
said.
and a quarter. What do you say, Matt?
Assuming I rated last week a 9, I'm gonna call this a 9 again.
A 9 again. A nonagon?
I'm a 9 again.
It's a 9-sided.
I don't know
Right?
if it, it had its ups and
Nonagon.
downs, mostly ups. but-
Mostly ups. I say based on the last 5 minutes, I'll give it a... What did I give last week's episode?
Are you
Was that a
rating-
9.5?
Yeah,
I'll
Yes.
be at 9.55.
Oh wow.
Oh,
0.5.
up just a little bit.
It's like the same, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
slightly better.
For different reasons.
Yeah, I'll say I'm gonna go with a 9 on this one.
9?
It was solid, but really it was just the last 5 minutes that made it.
Yeah.
A 9
So what-
for me?
What's last week's for you then?
9.75 he did.
I
But
did
then he
9.75.
But he said he
he
wanted to drop
retconned
it.
it.
Well, I'm not retcon. I'm just
Yeah,
that
don't
was
be
last
retconning.
week. I was saying if I were to retcon it,
So you
and
thought
thinking
last
about
week
it,
was
I would go
better.
back down to a 9.
What would you say
Oh.
if you retconned chapter 11 of The Mandalorian? You remember that was the one where I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
I was like,
I was like,
wow, we're
I was
going
gonna
say,
way
like,
back
where are we?
in the way back machine.
So we
Way
got
back.
the
So this one's
Bad
like,
Batch now. Oh,
yeah, we're gonna go into the Bad Batch. We're gonna. Oh, the
Gauntlet.
Gauntlet. Nice.
That
I love
specific ship name?
it. It might have been hers.
It's her
ship.
ship.
Yeah,
okay.
the Gauntlet. That's cool.
The
I like
Gauntlet.
that.
I like that. I dig that.
And I always said we should rate this warm or cold too.
Yeah.
I think for all of us,
It's
a
warm.
Definitely. We're
It's
bringing it in
it's
warm.
lukewarm.
It'd be funny if Luke was in it. Yeah, fantastic episode. We all loved it.
Yeah.
Mythosaurs, baby. Love the
Mm.
Mythosaurs.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Mythosaur.
That's like why we ended it. I was like, let's just
Right.
go straight into the next.
Do you think he's
episode,
gonna
because
ride it by
seriously-
the end of the show?
Yes, I really hope so. If they
That would
don't,
be
that is a
dope,
missed
dude.
opportunity. A
Like,
missed opportunity.
Could you imagine he gets all the tribes, all the
Yeah.
all the sections of
Somewhere.
Yeah, 'cause
Mandalore,
what if he
and then
tames
just
it?
he just
Or
flies
Bo
through
tames
and they're
it.
like,
So,
oh, it's Mandalore.
Yeah,
is a mythosaur only live underwater?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
There's not really. They haven't really gone.
Also,
too
is
Can
deep
it
there
into
more
breathe
than just
underwater?
that one? Well, clearly it's doing something under there.
It's doing something. What does it eat?
Maybe
But,
it's got
like-
like a bunch of kids, and it was taking Mandalore to the kids. And it
Right?
was
He's like,
gonna,
hey, meet my family.
Yeah.
You seem to do well taking care of kids.
Yeah, right. I can sense.
I just needed a
I can sense
babysitter.
it.
Mandalore
Just
did.
need a babysitter.
He did have to get saved a lot in this episode. I'm
Yeah,
just
he did.
saying.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
that was
little
the only-
bit. I mean, but
He's
it's
a
Bo-Katan, so
Mandalorian.
Right.
it's Bo-Katan, but at the
It's-
same time,
It's,
you're like,
it's
we're
his
really
future
like-
wife, so
Right.
Yeah.
It's building their relationship. Like
Yeah.
he said he owes her forever. Well, the best way to pay
he's
that
gonna owe
off
her twice
is
now.
to get married.
Yeah,
Has he saved her at all yet?
I don't
Not
know,
yet.
bro.
On well, he helped fight on no.
I think
think
she's
not
only
now.
saved him every
Yeah.
time. I think so.
well, you know, he's still got to learn how to wield that dark saber.
Right.
Yeah, that's
she
but-
is.
He's stumbling
technically-
around the universe.
And
He
she's
was
technically older than him.
he
too.
was just a bounty
Oh,
hunter
he's
like
into
the-
two
he's so
short
into
years
older
He
ago.
girls.
chases
Okay.
the older women, huh?
Yeah, she's older than him. What were you saying, Dan?
He was just a mere bounty hunter 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and now
Right.
he's like about to lead Mandalore, and she's been like royalty her whole life,
And
she's,
fighting in
A little more
huge
experience.
battles.
She's
She does
led
have
armies.
experience.
She's led
Yeah.
the whole world. You know, she's dealt
Yeah,
with all
true.
the other factions. So
Maybe she'll train.
she should be able to take him on and teach him a thing or two.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
fair.
she'll teach him how to use the dark saber,
The
Yeah.
knowledge is-
and then she'll fight him, defeat him, and take the dark saber.
I mean,
She's sneaky like that. That
we had
Bo-Katan.
that
She's sneaky like that. That Jesus.
that video where like who would win, Bo-Katan or Mando, that nobody watched because YouTube didn't want it to go out.
right? Or our
I don't know. I
video.
think Bo-Katan might beat him.
Yeah.
Based on what we've seen
She
so
would.
far.
She would
They
beat
might
him.
be setting it up that way. They might
But
be
then-
setting it up for.
What if she beats him, but still lets him have the dark saber?
But kiss it. Oh,
Because she realized, but kid. Oh wait, but because she realizes that he's a better leader. I don't know.
Right. Or she or they both together decide that
will.
the tradition. No, the
You had me at
tradition-
hello.
Hello.
No, they both decide that the traditions that they
It's-
have of their
yeah.
creed is
Are
what's
both
holding
garbage.
them back
Yeah.
from moving forward.
They need to find some common ground and move forward.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
have to. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. All right. Well, we got to move on. We've been talking about this for a long time, and it was
Yeah,
a
we have.
fantastic episode.
Yeah.
Let's go on to
rated
another.
highly. But we're gonna jump right into the non-spoiler section of
The Bad Batch.
the Bad Batch.
The Bad Booch episode
Booch.
12.
12. The
Season
Outpost.
The Outpost.
The
Yep.
Outpost.
The Outpost.
Yep.
Yep.
And
that don't
so
be right.
non-spoilers. So we're gonna do this quick. We're gonna get through this quick.
This is the Bad Batch. Just
Where-
what it should be.
Has this show
What are you
been
doing with your fist?
pointing?
Thumbs up.
This is a thumbs up for me.
Yeah, no.
Was it the good, the bad, or
it was the
ugly?
good. It was the excellent.
It was
Yeah, it
the
really was.
It
most
was the
beautiful.
why hasn't every episode been like this so far?
Yeah.
100%.
It's like, okay, we got the Omega show, and then we got the real Bad Batch.
Yeah.
That's I literally think that's what they did. They made two different shows
This is
and just merged them.
it's so good.
It
It's
is.
back
It's
to
just
the good
remarkable.
storyline. And we've been following Bad Batch now 2 whole seasons and
Yeah.
like wondering when we've had a few nuggets, including I think episode 3, maybe 9 and 5. I don't remember the numbers now, but there was about 3 or 4 really epic episodes that felt like the Clone Wars, the better Clone Wars episodes. And those episodes are emotional, they're heavy.
Yeah.
The music Kevin Kiner does is so good.
Smack
There's
you in
weight
face.
The story is like crafted by Filoni and it means something And that's, it informs even where we are in the Mandalorian, a lot of it. I mean,
Yep.
some of that, again, with Rebels, because Rebels is in the same world, and it all ties in nicely, and this definitely tied in beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What an arc.
Yeah, because it's
So good.
it's specific to a character and what's going on, but it also does share more of what's going on in
It's
the galaxy at that
it's
time.
galaxy building.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
For what's happening to this character and where they go. And
Yep.
man, I will say there's a satisfying moment. In
Yes,
this.
there
They build
is.
the whole time. And it's actually been building since like season 1
Yeah. It has.
for this character. And you're just like, yes, finally.
Right.
And then they end you with a bit of a teaser, and that's
Mhm.
what's really, really interesting on
Yeah,
this
you
because that makes you think, I think something else is going to have to happen here.
Yep.
We're being very vague.
Yep.
We're trying not to spoil anything.
It's kinda
but we're
hard.
really, whenever we do the non-spoilers, we're trying to get you hyped a lot for the show or kind of inform you
This
what
is
to expect.
Get on it, son.
this is definitely an episode you should watch.
Definitely worth
Like
watching.
this is like I'll say it.
Episode 11.
Canon Bad Batch.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of the
canon.
episodes are Legends Bad Batch.
Yeah.
This one is
Oh,
a
yeah.
canon Bad
Yep,
Batch.
yep.
Right.
Yep,
One
yep, yep.
hundo.
Yep,
It's
yep.
Yep.
yeah, it's really like I think
You
it's like
said it.
episode 3,
3.
and I want to say like 5.
Whatever
is Gunji,
tribal was.
and then there's episodes. I think is it like
the clones
8
conspiracy.
and 9 are
Yeah.
like Clone Conspiracy.
Those
Those
are
are amazing,
Those are
and then
solid.
this episode, you could pretty much skip
And last
everything.
episode, I think.
Oh yeah, last episode was solid too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
for
was
sure.
alright.
Yeah, last episode was good. I did enjoy that one quite a bit. So 11 and 12. That's what I would say. That's like
Mhm.
what, how many episodes is that? Like 6
6
episodes
out of 12.
Yeah, really that you've watched. You could really skip a lot.
Yeah.
Two different
Other than the
shows.
humor,
They're batting
of,
500 right
episode, was it 3 or not 3, 4?
4.
With
Any of
the
the
humor.
episodes we did.
I regret nothing.
I regret
It was
nothing.
hilarious.
Where are my legs?
Yeah. So basically, we get back to a character we haven't seen in a little while. It's a really great story arc they follow with him. And they're still building upon his story. And his story is more fascinating than anybody else's in the Bad Batch.
Hands down.
Hands down. And whenever they have that character, it's what we all think the Bad Batch should have been and should be. And it's amazing. So if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Thanks for watching this section of the non-spoilers. We're going to jump into the spoilers now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you haven't seen it, get on out of here and then come on back.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Yay!
Well, you're not really wrong.
You're not really wrong.
There's
No?
a few folk that die.
Yeah.
There are a few folk, and man, that Lieutenant Norman,
Nolan.
That guy rubbed you the
Lieutenant
wrong
Dan.
way out of the
Dude.
gate. You're like, this guy's gotta go.
Yeah, you were
This
like,
guy.
you have never wanted to root for someone getting shot by Crosshair more.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Facts.
you guys, we
Facts.
gotta address super quick when these episodes start. We
Yeah.
can tell within the first 10 seconds
If it's gonna be good,
if it's going to be
Yeah.
good or bad or ugly.
or Omega
Two
And
reasons.
if we see Omega, then we're like,
Down the hole.
sigh.
down the hole.
If we see
Crosshair.
Crosshair. If the music's like boom, 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 boom.
It's gonna
And
be
then
a silly
Sid-
Willy
and
Wonka
then
I was
episode.
gonna say, I don't think that's the right
Oh,
music.
then Sid walks in the room. Boom, boom.
oh, that's it.
Boom,
okay.
It's a joke. But this one had heaviness out of the gate.
Yeah.
Hands up. Who do you see? Crosshair.
Crosshair.
We're like,
Hands-
we've
hands
missed
up.
you.
Hands up.
And
Hands
it just,
up.
you just knew this is gonna be.
Yeah.
This is the bee's knees. We're in business. Let's go.
Yeah. for
And
This is the
sure.
Burt's Beeswax.
So that's all I wanted to address. Was this started off strong, and we were like,
Mm.
bring on the business, and,
and
it just,
ended strong.
ugh.
Oh, it was so sad.
Yeah, it's like a week where, for story, I would almost say like how condensed and how well they did the story for Bad Batch. It was almost better than Mando.
Yeah.
It meant something.
That
don't
sounds
disagree.
kind of blasphemous, but when it comes down to like
blasphemy.
just like the hitting all the points and
Mhm.
condensing it to a no fluff,
Yeah.
really.
Right.
I think it's because we've seen so many fluff episodes in this show that we're just like, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
There's one that's actually gonna build the galaxy
Right.
and tell you what's going on.
And 2 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ghosts
seriously.
in 2 robos.
We finally got to the plot of the show.
Right? It's like, yeah, one and a half
meat.
seasons in, here we are. This is Bad Batch.
Well, it's just sad that they took so long. Like they
I
could have cut
know.
out
They
so much.
literally
Yeah.
Yeah.
could be, I don't know. What to
It's
tell you,
really a
bro.
point where like filler is not your friend when it comes to shows. Like you need to not have filler. Like I see where that used to be.
Yeah.
Like something that made sense back in the day, like whenever we were actually watching it on TV.
Yes.
But nowadays it's like
In the world of streaming, if they're not gonna, because you're not giving it to you, like you said, in a binge-worthy fashion.
No.
They're
Right.
making
It's
you watch
every
it
week.
week to week.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we're dedicating a night every week to this or whatever.
Want
You
it
know what
to
I'm
be
saying?
good.
Right.
As opposed to like just storming through it all in one night.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
watch it on.
And then you're like, oh, well, that was, well, I at least we can watch the next one and hope the next one's
yeah,
good.
that,
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it would have been better if they would have dropped it all at the
Yeah.
same time.
Like,
this
they'd be
show
ruining
is
my entire
definitely
week.
Yeah.
Especially when there wasn't
This
any
show
Mando.
sucks.
Now that there's really good Mando, now we're getting really good episodes of Bad Batch.
Yeah.
I was like, where were these
Yeah,
like
you're-
2 or 3
you're
weeks
confused.
ago when we had nothing to hope for?
Do you think they
I'm
did that on
getting
purpose?
overloaded.
I think
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
I think because people are hyped for
Yeah.
Mando. I was listening to some other people talking about how they feel like Mando, the people that made Mando, kind of stepped all over the Bad Batch people because it's just animation, and even
Yeah.
delivering
Dave
it on
Filoni's
the
proved
same.
them wrong time and time again.
Yeah, delivering on the same day. But then, like you said, to me, the Bad Batch episode hit harder than the Mando episode today.
It did. It definitely
and,
did.
Yeah.
And part of it was because
Other than the Mythosaur for me.
other
Yeah.
than the Mythosaur,
Well,
I
maybe
mean,
shouldn't say that. We're kind of not.
right, but we haven't got the epic moment with the Mythosaur
Mythosaur.
yet. We just got an introduction
Yeah.
to the Mythosaur. But I'm gonna have to cut this out. 'cause
Yeah, we are.
This
'cause
is in the
that's what I was
spoiler
just
section.
realizing if we do this segment.
But no, I think the Bad Batch
I don't think it mattered.
Crosshair going at it. We needed to see him. It was like Vader, right? We knew there was good in him.
Yep.
At
Yeah,
the end of season
that's
1.
why it was so fascinating too.
Yeah.
Because like we kind of talked about it earlier, where some people have to learn the hard way, and it took like he had to hit rock bottom for him to realize,
Literally.
yeah, ice bottom,
Ice bottom.
before he realized that he needed to change
Yeah.
and that the Bad Batch was right.
Well, and he'd
this whole
already
time.
been questioning his
His
loyalty.
inner
Well, yeah, because
thoughts.
other
Empire.
people, it's been
Yeah.
a progression. Like,
Rampart-
they definitely took their time
Yeah.
with this one,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was good.
They definitely took their time.
It was the best way to do it. I feel bad for Mayday.
Yeah.
I liked
that's-
Mayday.
He was good.
I was like, I was hoping him and
Just
Mayday
over
could
here.
get out of there, and that would be
Mayday!
the reunification.
Yeah.
But clearly they've established that the Empire hates clones. So Crosshair's
Yep.
always kind of been in between. But he's like, well, you do what the mission calls for.
Yep.
Including
clones are
shooting.
expendable.
Yeah. And so he did everything Rampart wanted. Although he hesitated. He's like, what happened to Commander Cody? And then he knew Commander Cody
Right.
defected.
Yeah.
And then he's
Did he
like,
defect though?
Have
Do
we-
have we?
well,
confirmed
we
that?
haven't confirmed
Have we
that.
crossed over to spoilers?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is spoilers.
yeah, we were spoiled.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're in spoilers.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
you were
I think-
asleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we threw you off with the whole spoilers for Mando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I forgive you.
Spoilers.
Thank you. I
So-
forgive you.
No, but
Forgiveness.
so anyway, so the way that they did it in this episode
Yeah.
and made him realize, but they kept hitting him over the head with this. What was the bad guy? The Lieutenant
Lieutenant Nolan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Like
Lieutenant Dan!
Dan.
the most easily hated. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He was just a.
He's
a-
definitely
He
a
was
Nazi.
a piece of crap.
and then those 2 clones die at the beginning, with the
Yeah.
explosion, and then we're like, and then he's just like, "What are you guys doing?" He was had to have like 5 seconds to like remember them.
Yeah, what was it?
How to
Hex and
Hex and
Beach?
Peel or something like
Peach.
that. Something I don't know.
I think it's Beach.
Hex and Peach.
It was something like that.
It was
yeah.
Peach or Beach, but I thought it was Peach.
I think it was Beach.
Peach.
Probably was. 'Cause
Oh yeah, like
Peach is a
you know.
little weird to be named a clone, a killing machine.
I think it would be more ironic if it was Beach for where they were at.
Yeah, right.
Well, I even liked how Crosshair has gotten rid of the Crosshair moniker, and he was going, I mean, he uses Crosshair,
Monocle?
but remember he was like, "What's your name?" and he almost didn't want to say it.
yeah.
Doesn't that mean something? Like he was just 990 whatever.
04.
Yeah,
CT
I
9904.
think it. Yeah.
I feel like there was that they were even playing that part of his name, who he is
yeah.
as a person
Right.
versus just a clone in an army.
Right. I
Yeah.
think he was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to like not stand out. Like he just
Right.
wants to be.
He's just a soldier.
he just
man.
wants to be a good
Because
soldier. And
good
follow
soldiers
orders.
follow orders, and
Yeah.
that's his thing.
Except for he doesn't want to follow orders now.
No,
He
and
definitely doesn't follow orders.
He's
at the end
kind
of
of
it.
just-
Yeah, no.
Are all of Bad Batch numbers start with 99?
Yep.
Hence
'Cause
Clone Force 99.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty sure.
So,
it's
and they made him,
9901,
made
2,
a
3, 4.
Oh,
You know.
okay. That,
made him remember
numbers.
the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Clone Force 99. He
Like,
called him out
maybe
with
I
it.
chose the wrong side.
So they just eased it into it, right?
Yeah,
He
it was
kept-
so well done.
Until
so
they
well
get rid of
written.
Omega, he didn't choose the wrong side.
Yeah, right. That's why he chose that side.
But I like how they're building, and then of course when he shot Lieutenant Dan,
Yeah.
you're like, that's epic. But that had some
Lieutenant
weight.
Dan.
That had some serious weight to
did.
it after this
Yeah.
episode and after the episode 3. You're
Mhm.
like, wow, he
He pulled an Andor.
did.
He did.
Shot first and asked questions later.
And
Well, he
then-
made it like personal too, because he was like, Lieutenant. And then the guy turns around and then he waits.
Yeah, but that was a moment.
It
And then
was.
when he put the helmet on Mayday in the snow,
Yep.
because he was just talking about,
Yeah,
don't make
what-
sure I'm not around you when
Yeah, what great
On my-
like
when I'm
character
dying.
development
Right.
in one episode.
Mhm.
Literally like that.
Like
was
that.
amazing.
it
Like,
was just
click, click, click.
it just
Not one
built.
snap
It's been
before.
building for a while, but they really hammered it home in this
Right.
episode. And
Confirmed it.
oh, that was awesome, man.
And
Well,
to
yeah,
bring
and
Confirmed our suspicions.
It was the whole like they found out they were guarding stormtrooper
Right.
gear.
The people they
Like
guarded armor
worthless.
for people that are replacing them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the clones, like the guy Lieutenant Dan said, they're expendable.
Yeah,
I think
that's-
honestly that's all the Empire's doing is just sending
That's-
them to places so they just die off.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
trying to get rid of the clones.
That's
They
true.
they see
Yeah.
them as old hat or whatever. They just see them as like useless now. And that's
Yep.
really what that Lieutenant Norm or whatever
Nolan.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Dan.
I don't know why you
Yeah.
can't remember his
You keep calling
name.
Lieutenant
just-
Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. He can't use his legs now.
They just keep
Wow.
sending
He
him
can't
on
use anybody.
suicide missions, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're like,
Right.
You came back. Why didn't you do the mission?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like about time you guys showed up
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
they're limping into the camp.
Yeah, like almost dead.
Yeah,
It was
he
like ridiculous. I mean, we called that, but it was still like that guy, man.
He expected him
Shot
to
we were
die.
just like, yes, finally.
I-
Like, seriously.
Honestly,
The
I didn't think he
nerves.
was going to at first.
I know.
thought he was
He
gonna.
was gonna be a bigger man.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna leave with them and then kill him, but no, he just did it.
I
He's
thought it would
like,
have been smarter to at least
Mhm.
get healed
Pew.
up first and then shoot
Right.
him so that
Right.
you could like get
but
out
then
of
we
there.
wouldn't be where we are.
we are.
You know, the way that they played him too, because Crosshair's so stoic,
Yeah.
and then his voice started like quivering as he was getting amped up. He's like, "But you said," you know how he did that with
Yeah,
his voice.
That was good.
It reminded me of was it Gregor or one of the ones in Clone Wars that were starting to realize that the inhibitor chip
Just fives.
was it Fives was going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It
Oh.
reminded me of when he went crazy, and they're like, "Whoa,
Yep.
whoa, settle down!" Like he knew everything, but he was like, he was freaking out, so they didn't believe him. They're like,
Yep.
you just need to sleep. You need to rest." It
Yeah.
reminded me of that. They do that a lot with these clones. They did that was it earlier this season where a couple of clones were being sniped?
Yep.
Yeah. With I'm trying to remember what episode that was. It was one of the better.
They were taking him
episodes.
out
Yeah.
because they were. Yeah, he was gonna go report Rampart.
Oh, that was 5 or 6 with the Emperor. Remember that? Yeah,
Yep.
they were gonna report. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
and
that
then the
but those-
Emperor played it to his advantage.
Yes,
was
he
a- that was
did.
really
it was genius. So
Yep.
That's
anyway,
what-
I'm glad Lieutenant Dan got his comeuppance.
Yep.
And Nolan,
Nolan.
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Normal Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, fantastic episode, man. They did. It was who wrote that episode again? Fact checker. I know you.
Jennifer
mentioned it.
Corbett.
Jennifer Corbett.
She's one of the
Jennifer.
I think executive producers too. If I'm
What
not
else did
mistaken.
she write, or like what else has she done?
Yeah.
Like she definitely deserves kudos for this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because
It was good.
what they give you to work with too. Like
Right.
how much can you do with Omega in a lot of ways?
You can go all over the place when you don't have to use her.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, you can make a fantastic episode when she's not in it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a circus.
Drop her off
She's
at
the
an
head
orphanage
writer.
and say goodbye.
She is the head writer.
She's the head writer. Of
Although
the
they
Bad
say
Batch.
created by Dave Filoni, though.
The
Yeah.
story
He
was
created
by
it.
Filoni.
but
and they're
she
the
writes.
ones writing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
And
but,
she
but
is?
Dave Filoni
Yeah.
is Dave Filoni still an executive producer on the show?
Yes.
Like that makes sense. So he's still guiding them, but he's not like dictating everything that's
Yeah.
going on. And
I think he
he's
was.
not
I think
writing
he.
it.
And
I
that
think
could
he had
be
his
a
hand in this
partial
episode.
I
though.
definitely think he
Yeah.
had his hand in this episode, and he definitely had his hand in
Hopefully
the
from
clone
now on.
conspiracy.
She's writing the big stories. She did Aftermath of Season 1, Battle Scars, Rescue on Ryloth, and Camino Lost. Those
Ooh.
were some of the better episodes of Season 1.
Yep.
Yeah,
So she's got her hand in all the big ones, and then it's not telling me what she did in Season 2, but obviously this one, I'm guessing she did the other one with Crosshair.
I would imagine. I would
Probably the
It would make
mid-season finale
sense.
ones. She probably had her hand in.
Yeah.
Episode
Third
3, and that's it,
No.
right? 3 and 12?
Yep.
No, episode 3 was Amanda Rose Munoz.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Munoz.
That was so good, though.
Fat girl.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Who was it? Yeah, I said that girl.
Oh, I thought you said
Oh.
fat girl. I was like,
Dude, I thought
What?
you said that fat girl. I was
I
like,
thought-
wow.
I thought you
Wow.
said white.
yeah.
wider audience.
Wider audience.
For our wider audience out there.
Our
Oh man,
girls.
you guys got to go back an hour in the live stream to pick that one up if you
Yeah,
haven't. If
definitely.
you just tuned in, there's a lot of questions that need answered.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot
And
of
answers that need questioning.
Oh man, we almost had it.
We did.
We almost had it.
I messed it up.
All right, well let's
God, an eyelash in my eye.
let's rate this episode and let's get on out of here out of 5.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yep. 4.5. Matt's crying. Lord have mercy.
Did you get something in your eye?
Eyelash. Yeah.
You got a life.
Huh?
What
got a
are you
life.
rating out of 5?
I'm gonna say
In your
He's closing his eyes.
disheveled
He's,
state.
he's doing a. He's
4.65.
All
Wow.
right.
Wow. God.
That's a weird one.
You good now?
It's not great when you get something in your eye and you have contacts in.
Yeah. dude,
Ah,
that
that's
does suck.
terrible.
I hate it.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4.75.
Okay.
I
4 and
wanted
3
to, but then I
quarters.
didn't.
Yeah,
he wanted to
I
go
was
I
hyped
was
on this
all-
one. I did not expect it, and it really delivered for me.
Yeah, it was
So.
it was definitely one of the best, and I'd say up there with Mando. Like we did,
Yeah.
it did not drop.
Side by side.
Like we watched that first, and then we watched Mando, and I'm like, wow, it's all amazing.
The hype train
Just
was real.
giving Crosshair just that moment where they were out scouting the perimeter, and then they all called him in because the people were raiding, and the music picks up,
That
and it's
was
just
awesome.
Mayday and Crosshair. Like that's all you needed to do with any of the Bad Batch members.
Yep.
Just let Hunter go to work.
Yeah,
Just
Literally.
let Wrecker go to work.
Let 'em
yeah,
be.
yeah, yeah. Let
And
them
so-
be a force.
Like they're outnumbered,
Yep.
they're outgunned. That's where they work their best.
Yep.
And so just put Crosshair in an open space, and he's got to defend now.
Yeah,
It's just like a video game, but it's it's so fun.
Season 7 of Clone Wars, dude.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%.
yeah.
That's where they're operating at their best, and
Yeah.
that's when that happened. I was like, all right, this is gonna continue to get better.
Yeah, even
So-
if it's serialized, like that makes so
Back
much
to the
more
cereal.
sense. There's a
Lucky
cereal.
Charms.
Here we go.
Full
magically
circle.
delicious.
No.
Full circle.
Right.
They're just for kids.
Just for
I do think
no tricks are for kids.
I know. Cereal.
And
It's-
those
Ah.
aren't even that great, so I'm fine with them being for just
Okay,
kids.
you're off the show.
interesting writing. All roads lead to
Mount Tantus.
Tantus.
That's what I was gonna say. We didn't even talk
Yeah.
about that.
But
we should.
people
mention
get that, right? They're
Yeah.
gonna be all showing up there, converging
so
pretty
yeah,
soon.
Bad
Bad
speculation.
Batch gonna save them.
That's
from
what we're
Mount
all
Tantus?
thinking, right?
think
yeah,
so.
that they're gonna have to save Crosshair. But the only question is, how do they
How do
find
they
out he's
know?
there?
How they?
Yeah.
They're gonna
They're
stumble
gonna
upon
hear
him.
something.
Yeah,
Omega gets caught, and then
Yeah.
they're gonna.
That would
save
be
And
great. Oh, that
executed.
would make sense too.
they need to capture Omega.
Say it into the
She's
mic,
on
fact
top of-
checker.
She's on top of crap.
Say it into the mic, fact checker. You said it.
I just said Omega probably gets caught.
And executed.
That's fine.
That
And
would be
then-
great.
Yeah.
And then while they're trying to save Omega, oh, too late. Oh,
They're like,
didn't get
oh,
her.
we gotta
oh,
cut-
Crosshair.
cut
Come
our
on, buddy.
losses.
Now it's
Yeah.
gonna be the Bad Batch again.
Woo!
They need to rescue Lama Su and just give Omega back to her. Like,
Nope.
you're reunited with
Take
your
her.
Leave the Dalai Lama
She's
alone.
a
llama.
pain.
Just go away.
I thought a llama was a show.
Now that
Llama.
Crosshair's back in the
Llama?
picture, we can be the Bad Batch again. The
Yep.
original 4, we're out. See you later,
Peace,
Omega.
home slices.
Have a
Right.
good life.
Deuces.
Well, and they did in the
Doses.
last episode. They did. Bad Batch was going to get back with Rex and
Echo.
Echo. So I feel like they're really starting to build towards the end of this season.
we're adding on
um,
to the Bad Batch.
That we're going to be getting the full force here at the end. Maybe raiding Mount Tantus.
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
There's a whole
amazing.
battle of Mount Tantus. That'd be great.
that
The
would
thing
be
that
so
gets me
cool.
excited is that now that Crosshair's in the picture, and if he stays in the picture for the last couple episodes, they have to write it well because he has
yeah.
weight to him. Well, he's not very heavy.
He's a
but,
pretty
He's
skinny
not-
guy.
He's pretty
Yeah.
light, actually.
but his episodes they have managed very well.
90
So if
pounds.
he's there, there's this. It's almost like you could probably say this season is about Crosshair.
Yeah, Crosshair season.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
now
so
everything else is-
arguably, so was the first one in some ways.
Yeah,
It's his redemption arc.
It's his redemption arc, and I think we all like to see a good redemption because that's what Vader, did.
Right. They were kind of copying Vader in a lot of ways, just in a more condensed version.
Yep.
And what do you think they want with him at Mount Tantus? Just for a special ability of being like
Yeah,
an
they're gonna
amazing
clone
shot,
him.
you know?
Amazing.
They're gonna clone him and take away his personality.
It just makes you think, like, what are they actually doing?
Yeah.
on
What are they doing on
Mount
Mount
Tantus?
Tantus?
Like, what are they?
Well, because they could have
got
killed
a lot
him.
of things,
Yeah,
I'm sure, but
They're making things.
I think they want to know how he survived overnight in a blizzard without a helmet.
Yeah,
That's what they're
seriously.
gonna
That's
study.
that was probably the
possible.
only con of the whole show. Was like
Honestly, I could have.
But hey,
living on Hoth. we
They
know these
missed
things.
one piece there. Like he needed
Yeah.
to have a torch, or he needed to have something and then an enclosed space that we knew he was going to stay warm for the night,
Yeah,
Right.
not just against a rock.
yeah,
Sucks that he lost his awesome helmet too.
yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah.
I'm bummed about
we'll
that.
get a new one. Be even cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'll have the colors of the Bad Batch.
Right. He'll just get his old armor.
Yeah, he could.
They still have it.
yeah.
I'm sure it's somewhere in a closet or something.
for you, buddy.
We've been keeping it safe for you.
It's been on the shuttle
We
the
knew
whole
you'd
time.
return because I knew I'd meet you in the corridor.
And then he's
Next
like,
thing
"All right, I
that-
can't take any more,"
And
and
then-
shoots her.
She walks away, and then he says, "Omega."
Oh my god.
The only
Andor
other
shoots her first.
option is if they kill him off.
Pops out.
If they-
I know
if
he
they kill
could.
him
He
off.
could sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
I'm
I
almost
hope he
wondering if they're
doesn't.
gonna go
I hope
that
he
route.
doesn't either.
Yeah.
I
'cause
hope
feel like
Omega sacrifices herself.
don't redeem. Yes, I agree. Don't redeem him and then kill him off.
Yeah.
That's what I thought almost was going to happen. Like he made
Yeah,
his
I thought he
decision and then
was-
he dies. I was like,
Yeah.
that would be heavy.
Like the next
Yeah.
scene was a firing squad or something. Like they just,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
he killed the
It-
commander, so we got to kill him.
Well, the lady said she's like, if you cooperate,
You'll
might
survive.
Might live. Yeah.
You might live. Which
You
I was
might
like,
survive.
dang, dude.
Well, because Hemlock's there, and Hemlock's insane, and he basically brought Lamasu or Nalase, whatever the guy that was
yeah,
at the
Nalase.
and
Nalase, he
Lamasu's
brought
the one
him
that
there, and he's like, "Why am I here?" And now he's going to use him, but he's going to kill him if he doesn't do what he wants.
I think he's gonna kill him regardless.
I think so too. He just wants to eliminate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just wants.
It's just a means to an end.
He wants what he wants, and then he's gonna throw away the rest.
Or
and-
we'll just clone him.
Is the animal creature from last week going to play into like the season finale? Because they're
It
taking
could.
that there
Oh
too.
yeah, the Zilla Beast.
They just got. They need to have a payoff for all this.
I think-
That's the thing. They keep
yeah.
like teasing Mount
Yeah.
Tantus and all the different things they're doing.
I hope they
or-
give us something.
It's like
Watch it be like, oh, we're
Cliffhanger.
cliffhanger, and then episode 3 is
Season-
when they're gonna start getting good.
No,
season 3
It's not going to start getting good until episode
Or yeah,
12
season
again.
3. I mean,
of season 3. yeah.
Yeah.
It's all filler up until then.
yeah, no, they'll go back. well,
It's an
but
occasional.
they'll go back to what Crosshair was doing in between season episode 3 and episode 12 of this season.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be better.
Get
That's
us all out of order. Though.
all
Yeah.
of season 3 is just crosshair missions,
Right.
owning people.
Literally, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a fantastic episode.
Both were fantastic.
Both were fantastic. And what a great night for Star Wars. I'm pumped to just go and watch those again. I'm excited.
I want to watch the whole season.
I know. Yeah, I want to
Of
watch the
Mando.
whole season of Mando.
I could kind of care less about Bad Batch.
Other
if it's
than
gonna
a
be
couple
garbage.
episodes.
If it's
Couple
gonna be
episodes.
garbage. If it's like
Yeah.
this episode, then yes.
Yeah, give me more.
I think it's going to be.
I hope so.
I hope the rest of this season of Bad Batch will be up to par with the rest of
I
them.
mean,
Yeah.
If not,
how can
make it better.
can't see them just steering away from what they've just set up these last two
Yeah,
episodes.
we
I
said
know.
that
Just
about
like
season.
that.
We said that about
So-
episode 3 though.
Yeah,
and,
then
they totally did.
and they totally did.
Well,
No, there's still
Now
some
we
crap.
got
They've
those
got to
episodes
decide
in a
whether
row.
they're going to get rid of. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
Ba-dum.
right.
whatever her
I can't
name
remember
is.
her name is. Sid.
Literally the
Sid.
irredeemable
Drop her
character.
Sid the sloth. But
Sid the sloth.
and then they're going to figure out if they're going to get rid of her, and then they're going to figure out what are we doing.
I
And
honestly
then-
think they're gonna find out that she's
Yeah.
been working with the
What do we do?
Empire
I hope
and
so.
trying to take them out,
I
and
hope
then they're
so.
gonna kill her,
Yeah, I
and
think-
then move on.
I hope so.
I don't know
Yeah.
if they're gonna kill her. If the Empire might take her out.
Sure as heck
Yeah.
hope.
Empire's
Because-
gonna clone her.
So we'll get maybe
Why?
there's 4 episodes left in the
I
season,
don't know.
13 through 15. I think 15 and 16 are going to be amazing. I think 13 maybe.
That's
A
what we
joke.
thought about the first season, and
I
we
don't-
were wrong.
I think 13 though might be kind of sketch.
because we're probably going back.
Yeah,
to
the end of the first
Omega.
season was really not good.
It wasn't. It was a cliff. It
That
was
a
just
bad batch.
like, why did you end it on this episode?
Yeah, I didn't.
It's
make
still
much sense.
placated to Omega the whole episode.
Yeah.
Again.
Maybe Cad Bane's gonna come back into the picture at some point because he
I
was in.
kind of hope Boba Fett. That's the other thing. Like, I would be most excited for if they
Yeah.
actually brought Boba Fett into this, and like there was like a brother sister thing with Omega, and that would actually make Omega more interesting to me. is
True.
if they
Right.
brought Boba Fett in,
True.
and then he was like, "Oh, you're like my sister. Let me
Oh,
train
you
you."
I
must
must
Yes.
protect you.
Yeah, something like that would be
You
fascinating.
must come with me
Yeah.
and leave.
Come
Next
with me if you want to not die.
next week's episode is called Pabu.
Pabu.
What, are you serious?
P-A-B-U.
Yeah, it's a planet. I'm sure.
Sounds like Babu Frick.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
I
P-A-B-U.
hope so.
The next one is Tipping Point,
Yeah.
and then
Mm.
the final 2 episodes drop the same night.
Ooh,
March
I like that.
29th, The Summit and Plan 99.
Yep, that sounds cool.
So,
So
I
the summit
think the
is
last
Mount
2
Tantus, and the Plan 99 is them rescuing.
they're gonna come back
rescuing
together,
people.
Yeah.
Full stage event.
and I don't know what
Fighting.
Tipping Point is, but
I mean, we might as well put spoiler warnings because
I
we know
mean,
what's gonna happen.
They're tipping
Yeah.
tea into a cup.
and
We're on the
Pabu,
pulse, man.
Pabu
Yeah, yeah.
Frick.
Babu
Pabu
Fricks.
Frick.
Yeah,
Next week. All right. Do you think it's gonna be a good, the bad, the ugly next week?
ugly.
I
Ugly.
think it's gonna be
It's
ugly.
gonna go back to Omega.
We always fall. Well, the last time they had episode 3, episode 4 was the one with the racer guy, and that was pretty funny. But
that was the only redeeming quality.
but
of
the
that
rest of it was a
episode.
joke. It was
Yeah.
Sid follow
It was
Sid
dumb.
around. It's
I think-
so stupid.
I think he'll be in the middle kind of deal.
Yeah, that's what it's the same.
Not
ugly,
like
yeah.
maybe
Eh,
like a 4 maybe,
use your
Alright.
words, Matt. I'm.
which I know is not in the middle, but
You mean like a 3.5?
Yeah.
no, 2.5 is middle. I'm
True.
thinking more like 3.5 to 4 is what I'm hoping.
For next week's
Yeah.
episode.
I don't think it's gonna be as good, but I'm hoping they continue on.
All right, fact
Yeah.
checker, you got something.
Yeah, I looked up Pabu, and it's a droid, R2P4BU. It's also called Pabu, an R2 series astromech droid produced by Industrial Automation or Automaton and used by the crew of the YT-2400 light freighter.
Light freighter.
Who's that?
YT 2400. That's a
That's
Corellian
Trillion. Yeah.
freighter.
YT-24. Are they? Wait. YT-2400. Why does that sound familiar? That because
It's not the Millennium
It's
Falcon.
not, no, the Millennium Falcon's the 3
Something,
YT
yeah.
3 something I think. But the 20 is the 2400 Dash Rendars?
Dash Render. Fire Ferret.
That's the name of the ship?
Also
The
known
Fire
as the Fire Ferret.
Who's the pilot?
Fire Ferret, does it say? That's interesting.
Yeah, this is just a fanon page, Star Wars fanon page.
Oh,
So I
okay,
don't know
so
if
we're not
it's
sure. Okay, if it's legit or not.
the Fire Ferret used by a smuggling crew less than a decade prior to the Battle of Yavin.
So who's the crew?
The crew Asami Sato.
Sato?
Yeah.
Sato.
Sato. Oh,
Sato.
did we see?
Yeah,
Did we see that
the
in,
young one.
in Rebels?
Yes, we saw Sato.
Yeah, we
Sato.
did.
And
Which one was
is that
Sato?
the
There's a Mako. I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher
Mako.
these.
Mako?
Mako Iwams.
Wait, where is this coming from? What is this coming up?
Star Wars fanon page.
Okay.
Fanon.
And they're saying this is next week's episode.
Well, no, I just looked up Pabu, Star
Pabu.
Wars, and this is what it led
Oh,
me
that's
to.
what
So
led
I
you
don't know.
to.
It could be
Huh.
It could
completely
be a
left field.
planet.
Because
That's interesting. That sounds like an episode
Mako
of
sounds. It sounds like
Sounds
something
like
from.
that episode of Rebels. With
Rebels.
those kids.
I think it was. I think it is.
That's
Yeah,
probably what
that-
it is.
They're bringing all the kids in for you
Yep.
know who.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I mean,
But
it's
they
a
would be
smuggling
even-
vessel.
They'd be way younger.
But
Very young.
What'd you say? What was his name? The
Asami Sato.
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 Was the general or the guy that led
Oh.
the ship, and it was his son or nephew or something like that. Wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Commander
Sato was
Commander
older.
Sato,
Yeah.
and then it was
Yeah.
his nephew that they all had to like talk off the ledge because they were like taking people out because they were a band of wild rebellious
yeah,
teens.
teens. Yeah.
And then they met up with Ezra, and Ezra's like, "Yo, you guys gotta like chill out."
Chill
Yeah,
out,
yeah, yeah.
man.
Okay.
It was a good. It was a good arc.
Huh, interesting. That could be good. Still sounds like there's going to be a lot of Omega in it, and I feel like
Yeah.
if that's the case, then it's probably not going to be very good.
It's gonna be less than good.
Yes. But anyways, that was our review of Bad Batch Season 2, Episode 12, The Outpost. Man, that was a fantastic episode.
It was.
All right. Wow, what a great night for Star Wars. Thanks for tuning into our live stream and any other videos that you've watched this week. We appreciate you all. I do.
I don't.
Nick doesn't. Matt's on the fence.
Matt's on the fence.
Dan
Yeah.
has no words.
We don't know what that was. He might be stroking out.
He's stroking out. He's stroking out. We've gone past the point of stroking out. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys thought of these 2 episodes. And we'd love to hear more from you about this stuff. Check back. I can't talk.
Hey,
anymore.
but
I'm, like,
he's
falling.
stroking out.
I'm
Speak your
stroking out.
words, son.
No,
Soon.
we got lots of more content dropping. So hit the sub and hit the bell with that too, so you get all of our notifications.
Yeah.
Check us out on Rumble. We're just popping up all over the place.
We are like zits.
We're
Yeah.
all up on you.
Yeah. So tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about us.
Yeah.
You got something, Dan?
No,
No.
okay.
You
unless
don't.
you wanted to watch that short we did.
We'll do that short, and then we'll call it a night. So thanks for tuning in. We're just gonna watch that short and then call it a night. So
Yes, let's repeat ourselves
said
again.
that
We're gonna watch
twice.
that short and call it a
I'm just
night.
making sure everybody knows what's going on.
He's
Out.
I'm shorting out.
yeah.
Never mind. It's not gonna work. Oh yeah,
It's not
no,
working?
it is gonna work.
It is
Yeah,
gonna
here we
work.
go.
It is gonna work.
Because
Is
I
it working?
believe
And
Wow.
he's coming in.
This is the
hot.
way.
All
the
right.
way is this way.
When the episode ended, I was, love is in the air.
I was
I
like,
know,
I'm
right?
ready for the
Oh,
next episode.
stupid.
I would binge watch this so hard.
So hard. So hard.
So hard.
Well, I've only seen
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Well, there you go. That's
you saw
half
half of it.
If you want to see the full thing, check our
Just
YouTube
spoiling.
channel,
Yeah.
and you can watch the whole thing. It's hilarious.
We want to binge watch it all though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bring it.
definitely. All right, tune in. We'll be back next week, 8 o'clock or around 8 o'clock. Some of these episodes are going longer.
Most
so
likely
we're-
9.
yeah,
Maybe
we're trying-
10.
Between 8 and 8:30. We'll just say that.
We'll
will
still be
live.
talking by 10.
We will
Yeah.
be live.
We will be live.
We'll be alive.
It
dude.
is
Time doesn't matter. Time
is the enemy.
is the enemy.
your
That's what I've always said.
imagination.
It's just a construct, man.
Phew.
All right. Rate it. Let us know. We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Deuces. Did you mute us? Can they hear this? Hello. This is the after show.
You will never leave.
We will never
Stuck in your heads forever.
to your dreams. You will hear us incessantly. This is the way. Are we though? I don't think we are. We're not muted. See, it's still on.